All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the Stooge Experience. I'm one half of the Stoogery, Nick. My counterpart to the Stoogery, that side, Zach. Zach, how you
Right
doing,
here.
pal?
I'm
Right,
doing
right.
good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I think we're feeling good. Had a little bit of a beverage.
Yeah. What do you got? What are you sipping on?
Well, I started out with a little buzzball shot.
The red
So
solo cup. Were you playing BP back there or something?
well, I was trying to get the shot right. Okay,
Well,
just well, just trying to get the shot right, and then I figured I'd start off with just kind of sipping on a nice little
okay.
Pacifica.
Okay, a nice cold. I am sipping on something. I went a little more risque with the buzzball. A Choco Chiller. Now sipping on these, not the most fun thing you could do, I'd say, but
Yeah,
yeah. I typically am Mr. Chug when it comes to a buzzball, but hey. When in
when in Rome.
Rome, you sip with your pinky up or something. I don't know what they say, but
Sounds about right.
some bullshit like that.
It seems like sipping a buzzball is the equivalent to being told like you got to run up the middle to get like 5 yards, and Clay Matthews just found out like his sister died or something, and you're like,
Oh yeah, death game. Like
yeah,
doing it for my city,
yeah,
doing it for the poor kids fund.
yeah,
Like just yeah, the worst. Whenever
or
someone has some like foundation they're playing for, oh bro, why can't we just do it for fun? Like, come on
yeah.
now.
It's like, when you go I don't know why coaches do it, but if I was a college coach and like I hear, I'm about to go play like Utah last year for USC, and I'm getting the boys ready,
Yep.
and then I hear, hey, we're having a memorial game for the
Mhm.
guys who died in the plane. I'm like, well,
Yeah,
I'm
the
gonna
guys
get
who died like a while, like
yeah.
not
we're,
that week.
we're
They're
like
like, you
bringing
know
them
what?
back.
Hey, and this is all respect,
Yeah,
RIP. T's and P's, RIP, all that stuff. But they could have done it like like the first home game, right? Right? Like
yeah,
I don't know what their schedule was, but they did seem like they kind of cherry picked. Maybe you know what? To be fair to them, it probably took a while to get the decals onto the helmet
yeah.
and really like finally because those were very intricate and they never worn them again. I don't think like the one.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
like the Warhawk, right? I think it
I
was
don't
just like a
even know.
weird little like
Yeah, but then they put
Eagle Hawk
like
or
their
something.
I don't know.
It was a
Th-
lot going on, and
Thanks,
then
Utah.
yeah, just
Where's Cam
terrible stuff.
Rising? Nowhere to be found.
Actually, I did find a Twitter video of him. He's now doing some cycling, so he's gonna say
Okay,
fuck it to football. I'm gonna
we're
start.
going cycling.
Yeah,
Sure.
so
That's what Utah needs right now
of
is a
course.
cyclist at quarterback.
All right, man. Let's just kind of break into what was happening this weekend. I mean, I think
It
I'll
was
just start with that fight a little bit. Let's just kind of get into
yeah, we
that.
might as well get it out the way.
Yeah, it's like ripping a Band-Aid off. I could either
Just
slowly kind of peel this thing, or I could just rip it right off.
yeah.
I got to tell you, man, I sat down, of course, with a beverage because I'm not a
You're
mark.
not
I'm
an
not gonna
idiot.
sit there and watch a fucking fight without a drink. I mean, what do I
Sure.
look like? So I sat down, watched the fight, and I'm hearing all the pre-fight, about how Charlo's saying, he's never gotten in the ring with someone like me. I'm gonna walk
Mhm.
the bull, which I've never heard that term before. So
Nope.
I've heard walk the dog,
I've heard the dog.
but
Yep. What the
not
dog
walk
doing?
the bull. What the dog doing?
Yeah.
And I think it was about round 2 before the little knockdown, and it was a clean little, like, 1-2 combo, a little hook and then an uppercut. Charlo got hit with a body shot, and you could just see in his eyes, like,
He
"Yeah,
wanted no part.
I want none of this." And that was the whole fight. It was just Canelo walking him down into the corner, cutting the ring. He threw a couple of body shots that you know how you hear, like, in their workout videos, you hear, like, how it hits the bag and it just sounds
Mhm.
like it hits cement?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his ribs. Yeah. It's like, well, so needless to say, it was a shit show. It was
Yeah,
absolute
I watched
garbage.
0 minutes of the fight besides pulling up Twitter and seeing him get knocked down. Um, from what my reliable sources have said, which is basically the public on Twitter,
Yep.
Charlo did nothing. He kind of just walked around, and I heard it just looked like a sparring session out there, kind of. And
Yeah. It's a good way to
Canelo
put
was
it.
just punching him in the face and in the body, and Charlo did nothing. All the things he said he would do, he did none of it.
He
Like
collected a check and walked.
my thing is like Okay, I get it if you wanna, like, talk some shit to, like, stir the fight up and you're gonna say, "This is what I'm gonna do to you." But, like, at least try. At least throw, maybe, a little bit. I just don't understand why you get this far in your career and you're saying, "This is gonna be a legacy fight," like, "This is for my legacy," and then you just do nothing. You do n like, granted, I'm not in there getting hit by Canelo,
Yeah.
but still, like, I don't know, I've seen people give a little bit more effort.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I was obviously, as you sit there watching a fight as a stooge, as you're drinking your beverage, you're talking like you're better than these athletes.
Yeah,
So,
you're like, "Yeah, I would've done this."
oh
Like,
yeah,
okay, you would've
like,
died first
yeah,
30 seconds.
I'm catching him sleeping with a hook.
Yeah,
I just sat there with my brother. I'm like, look, I'm probably gonna get my ass kicked by Canelo, but I'm gonna try to throw some shots. Okay, like I'm not
Imma
gonna get walked down
Imma
and
walk
then
out and
just.
just
Yeah, I'm
get
gonna
KO'd,
viable
but
shield.
I might
That'd
as
be
well
entertaining.
throw.
Yeah,
Jeez.
like what? I just it got so disrespectful. You know when the boxers just start throwing up the jab as like this is what you're supposed to hit, like just kind of looking at this.
Mhm.
Canelo was doing that from round 4 till 12, and it was just
Yeah. You know it's
not a
bad
damn
when
thing.
everybody is in agreement on Twitter. Like,
Yeah, no
sometimes you'll be
discussion.
like, "Oh, no, he was kinda picking and popping, he was doing."
No,
Everyone was like, I know, like, some pretty big Charlo fans on Twitter. They were like, "Bro, what are you doing, dog? Like, what even was that?" So, like, when I see stuff like that, like, someone who's been rooting for a guy for the past 5 to 7 years, and even they say, like, "Dog, I
it's
can't even
bullshit.
rep you after that." Like, that's when I know you did 0 things in the ring.
Plus, it's like when you get to that post, like that initial post fight press, where they're still in the ring,
Mhm.
and when your shit talking is, well, he didn't knock me out. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
well,
like,
you didn't.
cool, dude.
That's lovely.
He's knocked everybody else out. Like, yeah, it's hard to knock out a guy who doesn't even wanna fight,
Yeah,
who's just gonna back up and back up and back up. It's hard to knock those guys out because you
yeah.
can never hit them with a solid punch because 'cause they're never coming in.
Yeah, I think the only chance that Canelo had to knock him out at that point was either he slips like an uppercut through the guard or he just hits him with a liver shot and takes him to the ground.
Yeah.
But even then, that's not even like like no one would like that as a KO. It just looks stupid.
Yeah, and where do we go from here? So, like,
Yeah,
who
that's
does
a good point.
Canelo fight? Does he fight the
So I
guy that he
actually
beat, or
Bivol.
lost to, Bivol? Does he fight him again? He'd have to go up in weight again, though. I don't know if
Yeah.
him and Crawford will ever make sense. I think it's just I don't know if Canelo will go that light, and I don't know if
Yeah.
Crawford wants to go up. I could see Crawford fighting Charlo, but then he just said, "I don't even wanna fight you now, bro. You didn't even do shit, so why would I wanna fight you?"
Supposedly, the ESPN ringside put a graphic together, and they said the next possible opponents would be David
Oh,
Benavidez.
Benavidez, yeah.
That could be a good fight.
Uh-huh.
I
He's a
I don't
bigger
see, like you
body.
said, I don't see Crawford making that jump. I
I
just
don't
don't
think
see
so.
it.
It would be awesome.
They did throw Jermall Charlo or Jamal
He's gonna
Jamal?
beat both
Yeah,
brothers, bruh,
that's what I'm thinking, like, you can't and then
like,
how what do you tell your brother? Like, "You gotta avenge me," but he's like, "You didn't do shit." So, like,
like,
I
bruh, or what if, like, that brother's like, "I'm on it. You're better than me, honestly. Like, what do you think I'm gonna do?"
I looked
Like,
up to you. I saw
yeah.
that. I think a Bivol fight honestly, I watched the Bivol fight too, unless I know his marketing, no one can beat this Canelo, and I love the way that that sounds. Bivol was the bigger guy,
Yeah.
walks him down, like, it's just a different fight
Which is why
there.
I think Benavidez could be fun because he's a bigger guy too, so that
Yeah.
could be something, but,
We'll see what he
I
picks. I
wish there
mean,
was a
he's got the
world
fight.
where Crawford could go up to what is it, 54, and Canelo could
Mhm.
come down to 154 or whatever,
That'd
however
be a
they gotta
great
make it
fight.
work. That would be all time. That'd be probably biggest fight since, I don't know, Floyd versus Pacquiao? Like,
Might
just, like,
be.
big spectacle fight,
I mean, that might hit the numbers of
or, like,
Wilder
Wilder Fury
versus
2,
Fury,
like,
yeah.
that second fight probably was the biggest
I
fight.
would say
Ended
so.
up being the worst fight, but it was probably
Wow.
the biggest one out of all of them.
I mean, and then the fucking allegations that came from that fight were just ridiculous,
Yeah, there
like
was a lot. Apparently, Wilder's fighting
yeah, I
Joshua.
saw
I
that,
mean,
Joshua.
I maybe, who knows? I
I
don't
saw that was on Twitter, that was, like, the
I got no idea.
scuttlebuzzs.
That was supposed to be in, like, December or something, and I
Yeah.
haven't heard anything since, and they're like, "Oh, maybe in the January, February, that'll probably never happen.
I just love hearing people talk about after the fights he had with Fury. They're like, all he has is a right hand. I'm like, that right hand is all you need.
Joshua get KO'd round 2.
Yeah.
He'd be laid flat out. It would be bad.
Yeah, because like most boxers, you see, like you can kind of slip that punch. I don't know how you slip that right because he takes the left to drop your guard
Like,
first, and
as
then
good as Fury is, bro, Wilder knocked him down 4 times.
Fury thought about retiring after that fight because he's like,
Yeah,
I'm
like,
done.
he's the only guy that's ever, like, he's given Wilder he's also crazy, so one day he'll give him props and one day he'll say he's an absolute dosser or whatever, but
Yeah,
Joe
he's
said
bossa.
there is no man on earth that hits harder than Deontay Wilder. He has said that. He said Ngannou, not a chance. Wilder hits harder than anybody.
Man, I'd prefer not to get hit by any of them if I can help it. You know, I'd
Yeah, I'll slip
prefer
and
not
move
to.
or try my
Yeah,
best. Shit. I
I'll just
don't know if it's
collect my check.
possible.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, that fight, I kind of bought into the hype because I saw kind of the press conferences, and I was like, okay, this
Yeah.
is something. And then you watch it, and you're like, he just wanted to collect a
I
check.
feel like that happens every fight. Like I remember with the Tank Davis,
Oh
Ryan
yeah,
Garcia one. Like as it's building, I'm like, wait, is Ryan Garcia like? Does he have a chance? No. And then it's like same thing with the Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. Like I always thought Crawford was better since
yeah.
day one, and everyone's like, I don't know, but Spence. And I was just like, I almost bought into it, like, you know what, maybe this is 50-50. And then I watch it and I'm reminded, like, no, there's just guys that are just better.
There's levels. Yeah.
And like I remember it. This is the one fight I remember it the most. It was Wilder versus Brazil.
Hmm.
So this was the fight immediately after the draw against Fury. And there was just a lot of hype, like, oh, Brazil, he's tough. Took Joshua to like 7 rounds, whatever, blah blah. This could be, and he's. It's always when they're talking all crazy in like the interviews, and I'm like, in the press conferences, I'm like, wait, maybe he will be wild. Like this could get like, and I'm a Wilder guy. I
Yeah.
rock with Deontay, and then he just comes out and just flatlines him round 1, and I'm like, okay, what was I even? Why was I worried? Like it's always these like guys that just talk the most, and they just get absolutely annihilated. I'm like, why did I expect anything different?
Yeah. I think that just shows you that they're good promoters because you know in your
Mhm.
heart of hearts you're like you're not on his level.
Yeah,
But
but
I
I start to
believe the
believe that.
heart, like
Yeah, I
I'm
start
with
to
it.
believe it, like, wait, maybe this guy does have a chance, and nope, gets absolutely flatlined in about a minute. Like, okay, never mind, on to the next one, I guess.
Man, that's how the fight game goes, you know? You just
Yeah,
sometimes you know your matchups and sometimes you don't. I mean, we've already beat this dead horse into the ground. Shit fight. Congratulations, Canelo, that you won.
you're the
Terrible fight
best.
for the people. I
One of the
mean,
goats.
yeah,
Not much
definitely
you
one
can
of the
say,
goats.
really, yeah.
I look forward. I hopefully will see a Bivol rematch because I think Bivol and him was a good fight.
The only
But
guy that's
I
really
don't think
beaten
it'll
him in
happen.
recent memory, so,
Yep.
yeah.
So then we'll just kind of get back to the recap of the weekend. Did you watch any good movies? A nice little show we got into.
Movie-wise, what did I watch? I rewatched Gladiator. I mean,
Oh, classic.
always just I don't know. That what more can you really say?
You know
You
that
can't.
that's really when people ask, how often you think of the Roman Empire. I think
I
it's
mean,
Gladiator. So
and then funny, I went on to Netflix and it was said recommended and it just said Roman Empire. It's just a whole documentary about the Roman Empire. I was like, okay, what are we doing now? Are you guys infiltrating my brain or something? I actually today went to see new movie called The Creator.
Hmm,
Decent reviews. John David Washington is the lead. Kind of a not necessarily post-apocalyptic, big AI movie. AI's
okay.
taken over. We gotta stop them, or do we not stop them? Is AI our friend? Kind of that type of thing. It
Mhm.
kind of unfortunately has bombed opening weekend at the box office, which is a shame because it's a nice little like not independent sci-fi film, but like something that's other than a sequel or a Marvel or a Star
Yeah,
Wars or like it was its own thing, its own idea. So I like to see like
those do
those
better.
films kind of do better because like someone's actually trying to write an original story and do
Yeah, some
something. I
creativity.
I gave it a 3.5 out of 5, so not horrible. Um,
Just a little above
I think
average.
I think What I've seen with movies recently is a lot of movies have action scenes just to have action. And they don't really, like, do anything for me anymore. I've seen so much action with Marvel movies and, like,
Yeah.
Transformers and, like, 18 Fast and Furious like, I've seen action, like, I've seen 4 John Wicks, people are just kinda throwing action in because they feel like it has to be in the movie to
Yeah.
make it like a sci-fi, like, cool action thing, but really my favorite scenes were, like, the ones where it felt like the movie kinda just took a breath, and it was just, like, John David Washington's character with this little kid,
Mhm.
and they were just, like, kinda just existing, and I was like, "Okay,
Okay.
this is kinda cool, like, I'd like to see that," and then we just, boom, go straight into, like, they're getting chased, they're getting someone's blowing up, and I'm like, "Okay, alright, back to normal," and it was maybe it didn't help. I was in the movie theater, with, 3 other people in total.
Okay, so
This was
we're not
this
packed.
was a noon showing, so matinee, cheaper ticket prices on a Monday.
Yeah.
So, it was a pretty stale room that we were in.
Yeah.
I literally went, I got a burrito, brought the
Okay.
burrito. I was eating burritos while the movie was going on. I was
You're
living
vibing.
good,
A
but
little,
it
like,
kinda
Taco
just
Bell
took me
burrito?
out of, like I went to, Rubio's actually. Got a shrimp and
Okay.
steak burrito. No free ads, but it was actually one of my favorite burritos over there.
Okay.
Got a nice, I got a root beer.
There you
Got
go.
some Bunch of Crunch, and I was feeling good. I had a good time, but it was just like I feel like when you're in, like, kind of an empty theater, it kinda just, like, almost lessens
It's depressing.
like not even depressing, but just, like, if something was supposed to be, like,
Hyped.
big and, like it was supposed to be kind of a big movie, like, big, wide sweeping shots, like, nice set pieces and CGI, like, when it's me and 3 other people sitting in there, it's kinda like, "Oh, okay," like, I feel like I'm at home just kinda watching. I was like, "Do I go on TikTok now?" Or, like, "Where's the Subway Surfers on the bottom of the thing so I can pay attention?"
Oh, man. See, the big question I had about that movie, because I saw the trailer for it, was I was worried, is it too much like iRobot?
I will say no.
Okay.
There's similarities, but I
Yeah,
was
because there's
not in
AI.
that movie thinking about iRobot.
Okay, well, you're thinking about the Roman
So,
Empire. We
I
discussed
I
that.
would
Yeah,
say
no, that makes sense.
iRobot was more of like a mystery. There was
Yeah.
a little more mystery to it. This was a little bit broader, like, the whole world was involved, like, it was a little bit of a bigger scope of things,
So you could kind of
but
think of this as, like, after iRobot took place. Like, you could think the
yeah,
world-wise, like, okay, the AI is taking over everywhere now, and this is where
yeah,
we live.
it's
That's
kinda
kinda cool.
yeah, it was a cool so, like and this is no slight on people who, like, read reviews, like, some people just will read a Rotten Tomatoes review or IMDb, and it'll say, like, 60% or 70%, and they'll be like, "Eh, not that good, not gonna go see it." For me, I tend to, like if I watch the trailer and I think, "Ooh, this looks kinda interesting," or I watch a clip and I'm like, "Oh, that looks interesting," I'll go see it. Even if a review comes out and it's 30%, if I watch something and said, "Whoa, that kinda, like, pulled me in, like, that's a cool concept," I'll just go see it. I don't care if it bombs, I don't care because I don't want my opinion influenced by some random Rotten Tomatoes person who have they've been getting caught for getting bought out by people to, like, write bad reviews anyway, so or good reviews.
See, as a stooge, I'll tell you right now, I'll look at the Rotten Tomato score. I don't understand the hell what it means because every movie that I like is like a 20% or like a
Yeah,
35%, and I'm
and then
like,
the
"Who
audience score will
gives
be
a
like
shit?"
70. You're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool." The thing about that people don't take into account with a Rotten Tomato score is so they're not when you see a 70%, that does not mean the movie is a 7 out of 10. That means 70% of the critics thought it was a good movie and
Oh,
30% didn't. It doesn't mean everyone went through and they averaged it out and it's a 7 out of 10. The Rotten Tomato, either you give it a tomato score, which is a good, or you give it a rotten. It's one of the two. You get 2 options. So, when it says 70%, that means 70% of those 250 critics gave it a good tomato. Now, within that, you can read their individual reviews, and some people will say 3 out of 4, or 4 out of 4, or
yeah.
2.5, or 2. But it doesn't just mean, "Oh, this is a 7 out of 10." It means 70% of the people thought it was good. So, someone will see a 65% and say, "Ah, it's like a D minus type of movie." No, actually, more than half of the people that watched it enjoyed it.
I'm gonna let you
So
know right now, I was one of those people.
yeah,
I took it as
so
like a
the more
school grade.
no, it's that's not how it works. You either get a rotten or you get a tomato. That's how they do it. So if it's like so that's why when you see a 99 or an obviously it's like okay, everyone thinks it's good, but that doesn't mean it's 100% like everyone thinks it's perfect. There could be 150 people that think it's a 7 out of 10, but they still think it's good.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
Okay.
like it's just a gauge. Like okay, most people think it's good, most people think it's bad, but it's not the end all be all like if you
Yeah.
see a 98%, that just means 98% of the critics thought it was a good movie. That doesn't mean they all think it's a 9.8 out of 10.
Okay,
So,
so would you say the audience score is more of a reflection?
the audience, they do it the same way. I think. I'm not 100% sure. Like you'd be better off if you really want to know if a movie's good or not. You need to find a critic, like an actual critic who has your tastes.
Okay.
Or who has your it's like if you listen to Colin Cowherd or Joel Klatt, like you find a person you listen to or the Pat McAfee show that like kind of
Okay.
has your taste and you think like you kind of think like them. And then if they say something is a certain way, you're more likely to, agree or like enjoy
Yeah.
the same thing. So if you read a critic that really likes, oh, I really like this Star Wars movie, but not this one. I like this movie, but not this one. And you're like, yeah, I agree. I agree. When they post a review and they say, hey, this movie's good, you'll be like, "Oh, okay, this guy kinda likes what I like. I should probably go see it, even if everyone else says it's shit." Don't listen to the other people. Don't be a sheep,
Yeah.
you know?
See,
We don't
again,
like being sheep.
I need to find a big dumb dipshit that
Mhm.
just goes for some, some good stuff here, a little bit of that. So I need to
Yeah.
find that. Okay. I
Yeah,
need to
you
do a
need to
little
find the guy who
research.
likes Borat, who likes,
Yeah.
not raunchy comedies, but kinda just like
The dumb shit.
but you
Yeah.
also have good you like Gladiator,
Oh, of course.
Tombstone,
Oh,
like, those are all classics right
got
there.
that
So you
poster
you
hanging
you
up in my
find
room.
exactly. So you find, like, the people you like. But, yeah,
Yeah.
just for everyone out there you see, because like Revenge of the Sith is like 75% on Rotten Tomatoes. I would give that shit a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
So someone might see that and be like, wait, Zach, you give it a 10 out of 10, it's only getting like 75%. But I could be one of those critics that gave it a 10 out of 10 and gave it a good score, like a tomato score. And someone else could give it a tomato score, but they think it's more like an 8 out of 10. But our scores are valued equally in that Rotten Tomato system. That's why I fucking hate Rotten Tomatoes. And they're getting bought out by like big companies trying to make their Marvel movies look better.
See, the big
I wanna
question I have
expose
now
anybody.
after hearing that is I'd like to put up because now that I'm thinking about, Revenge of the Sith and how great of a movie it is, I would want to put up Revenge of the Sith against Infinity War because those are two top tier like Disney movies.
Yeah. Yeah, though that's I mean, I know what I pick. It's Revenge of the Sith all day of the week,
That's what I'm
and
leaning
twice
towards
on a
Revenge of the
Sunday.
Sith. Oh shit.
But Infinity War, they don't make them like that anymore, man.
No. They tried.
Give me a superhero movie where somebody loses, bro. I need it.
Yeah.
Any superhero I just saw another one. I saw, The Marvels or yeah, there was a trailer for The Marvels
Mhm.
before the movie. And I watch the trailer, I'm like, "Okay, I know what happens in the movie. There's 3 people, they have the same powers, they're trying to figure out how to use their powers together. There's a big bad that comes in. They gonna get beat down one time, they have to work together as a team, and then they win." Boom, movie.
There you go.
Same thing with Aquaman 2. I saw that trailer too. New guy, Manta Ray's here with his damn trident. He's got the magical trident that turns everything bad. We have to stop him. He's killing all of our friends and stuff. And then okay, Aquaman, we beat him.
I
Cool.
think this is one of those situations, writers, figure it out. I
They're on
mean
a strike, so we don't have many right now. It's like at least Infinity War, I'm like, people took some dubs.
Yep.
Thanos got some dubs, and then he got the big dub at the end, and everyone was just like, "Wait." I remember when the credits rolled, when my boy was sitting smiling with Porch playing in the background, the greatest song ever. My boy, I was like, and then the credits roll, I was like, "No way." I was actually smiling because I'm like, "No way that they just did that. That is so dope that they just
Yeah.
ended the movie that way. That's so sweet. I want to watch the next. Like I'm in. I want to see the next one because that's crazy." And everyone was in there like, I saw people crying. I'm like, okay, grow up. It's not real. Okay, it's gonna be okay.
Man, I loved that movie. I think it set up Endgame perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wasn't, super happy the way Endgame ends just because I lose my favorite guy. But hey, sacrifice had to be made. We started
Someone
this
had to do
journey,
it.
got to finish it. But yeah, I mean, the new Marvel movies, I've taken a look at them, and I'm
Can't do
looking
it.
forward to Loki.
Loki
I
should be
think like
fun.
Loki should be good,
Should be fun.
but nothing's gonna bring me back to that like
You can't.
dopamine high
It's
of
because it was like how many years? Like 11, 12 years
yeah,
of build up or 13 years of straight build up.
yeah,
Like, and I think it's just a little bit, we're in a fatigue stage of there's so much Marvel content. There's this show and that show and this movie and that, like, we
you're
would wait
exhausted it.
it there, we're waiting a year. Like, we get a movie and we got to wait a year. There isn't a show or two shows to fill in the gap. Like, we're waiting. When's the
Yeah,
next movie? When's the next boom? And it's like you're learning about, okay, like for the longest time, I wasn't really like paying attention to in Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, that's the Power Stone. Like, I
yeah.
don't care. Who cares? Or like in Thor: The Dark World, the ether. Like, that's the, I forget what the red one's called. No, not the Mind Stone. The
Um,
Reality Stone.
yeah, the reality
Yeah.
stone. Good
Like,
pull.
I didn't really know. I don't care. It's like, oh, this is cool. And then like it starts to just kind of layer like, wait, why is this guy in Guardians of the Galaxy want this stone? Oh, he's working for who? Thanos? I don't know. Who's that? I have no idea. But that's me being a non-comic book nerd. Like, I didn't really
Yeah, we didn't dig
like,
into it.
I
We
didn't
didn't
know.
read into
Which
there.
which was good for me because I didn't really know what was gonna happen. Like, I knew that there was a Thanos, there was a big bad. There's gonna be like a big thing, which is why, like, for me, once that ended, I was like,
Nowhere
"You're
to go from
bringing in
there.
a new guy? Like,
Yeah,
okay, cool. I'm
and
just
I
supposed
mean,
to, like, saddle up for it?"
I think it was worse too because they chose to start that journey again, like to get the big bad with Ant-Man and one of the worst CGI villains I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
Jesus Christ, yeah. Yeah, yeah,
He
not
looked
good,
like did you ever have I think they
not
weren't
good.
Beanie Babies, but they were literally these little
Oh,
like
yeah.
they'd roll up
The
and like they'd
beans?
have
Was it
yeah,
called
yeah.
beans?
I think it might have been called Beans. That was
Something.
what that guy looked
Dude,
like.
I used to so much fun. I would just be sick one day. I would just say, "Okay, I'm sick. I can't go to school."
Alright.
I was at Home Depot, so my dad would buy me, the little, like, funnels? I don't know how to describe them, but, like, they were the perfect size. You could put one of the Mighty Beans is what they were
Mighty
called.
Beans. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you
Good
can
call,
put
good
them in,
call.
and then they'll roll down.
Mhm.
So they wrote down. So I would just like I'd pick a day, bro. I would be like, I'm sick today. I was not sick at all. I would set up the
Sorry,
Mighty Beans.
mom.
I would get like a stool or I'd get like whatever, and I'd set up a ramp. I'd set up lanes, and I would time them how fast they would get. Like, I'd let them go, start, and I'd be doing tournaments with these fictional Mighty Beans. And there was one, this all yellow one would win every time. He was undisputed champion of the world. And because some of them were a little skinnier and some of
Yeah.
them were a little fat, the skinny ones were always the fastest ones in my little like ramp thing. And we would have tournaments. Oh, all time great days right there. I'd make like I'd just go get some food out of the cabinet. I'd be living life, just not sick at all. Just said I was.
Hey,
You
that
gotta, hey,
that
finesse the
brought me back to
system.
childhood. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'd also do greatest game of all time, NCAA 14. I would go in, I would go on the computer, I'd print out a 64 team bracket. Like, and I'd write them in by hand. I'd go to the rankings. I'd write in 1 through 64, 1 plays 64, boom, boom, boom. And I would go into the game and I would just set up the matches in quick play and I would just watch and simulate them. And I would do my own bracket and simulate the whole thing for a champion. I'd do that the whole day.
Damn.
I would just chill,
Damn.
drinking some hot cocoa or something. Just, oh, the
Man,
greatest 10-year-old day you could probably ever have. No worries. Just like as long as I'm back in my bed around 3 o'clock when my mom gets home from work, acting sick, I'm good.
dude. I wish I remember I tried to act sick a couple of times, and man, my dad just knew.
Was pissed.
That man just walked in and he's like, "You gonna try the thermometer trick?" I'm like, "What thermometer trick?" He's like, "Don't do it."
I had to know what days would work the best. Like,
Oh,
I
you
couldn't
timed
do
it.
I couldn't do Monday or Friday because my mom wouldn't work Mondays or Fridays. So it had to
Mhm.
be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'd have to
Mhm.
make sure because normally we'd have cleaners at the house on
Okay.
Thursday, so I'd they'd be kinda killing my flow for 2 to 3 hours, so I'd avoid a Thursday when I knew they were coming, so Tuesdays and Wednesdays were prime days.
Okay.
Um, yeah, it was great, and then especially because I knew on my mom would be kinda rushing to leave, so she wouldn't really like, "Oh, you're not feeling well?" Like, okay, like, whatever. But if it was a Monday or Friday and she was home the whole
Should
day,
investigate it a little bit. Yeah.
it's like I can't really like I could maybe finesse and watch some TV, maybe, but really I should just be sitting in bed reading a book the whole day, feeling sorry for myself. Yeah,
For your
classic.
choices.
Yeah, classic times right there, man.
Man,
Nothing
that's
better
just
than that.
and you talk about that as much as people want to, say, how could you do that? You probably learn more doing that than you would have at school that day. Like,
Yeah,
think about
probably.
it.
And I'm probably skipping a test or something that I didn't study for, so
Probably,
probably worked
you
out
know,
well.
man. I thought back, I was sitting there thinking back at the time in elementary school, the amount of times I would walk by a class and just see you sitting outside, like, what happened? Like, oh, she kicked me out again. Like,
I was talking.
yeah.
I was being an idiot. I was talking back. I was just didn't want to. Just wanted to go outside.
Touch
My thing is,
grass,
I would just be making joke. I would just be not even being disrespectful. I would just be cracking jokes,
bro.
making other people laugh, and then like I get in trouble for making someone else laugh. I'm like, come on.
Isn't that the dumbest shit though? Like, okay,
Yeah,
I
like
have some comedy, I can hold it together, but because they can't hold it together, I'm in trouble. Like, come
yeah,
on.
you're kicking me out because I'm making this kid laugh, making this kid snort milk in class. Come on now, don't be a
Why don't
hater.
why don't we ask where you got the milk? That's the bigger question.
Pouched milk too back in the day. That'd be good. Those pouches of chocolate milk, man.
Yeah. Remember
Wow.
every once in a while they'd have that strawberry milk too? That
Oh, when you
shit
get a
hit.
strawberry milk and like a pepperoni pizza day, you better. Or
Or the Ribicue.
Ribicue was good, or the like cheese bread,
Oh yeah, the Mott
the
sticks.
the yeah, that would be good. Well, middle school it was what, like $1.50 for a slushie and a cookie,
Dude.
and they big giant
Couldn't get
cookies.
that. It was like
Oh,
that
that
big.
would be I'd be scrounging for quarters. I'd come to
Uh,
school with 50 cents. I'm like, "I gotta find a way to make $1 here." I'm just asking every single person I know for a quarter. Someone's gotta have one. Then Imma just add up and boom, slushy and a cookie secured.
dude. I as soon as you said that I could still see it. You got that one eighth grader that knows how to hook it up. You order the slushie $1
Mhm.
and you
Mhm.
just get that extra green slushie, but it's like the cup's probably like that
Oh,
big and they fill it up a little higher and it's just
yeah. Oh, there's nothing better. Take me back. I'd go back. I'd go back for a week probably, not more than a
yeah,
week.
no more than a week. I'm
I'll go
not
back
doing
for
this
a
trip.
week just to see kinda what's up. Racing to the room where the like
Oh
footballs and
yeah,
basketballs are, like trying to
yeah.
run, but then like learning that you know who's working there, so I'd always know, and then I could just walk over there, and then they'd see me, and they'd throw me the
Throw
best
it over
ball.
top.
They'd throw me the best basketball or football for the day, and I'd be like, "All right, cool." I don't even have to give them my ID card. They just know what's up because it's my boy working in there, and we just get
Oh
to
yeah.
like. And then the little sixth graders are fighting, like, "Come on, why can't I got here first?" I'm like, "Sorry, bro. Like,
Sucks to
it's
suck, pal.
in 2 years, it'll be you.
Wait your
But for
time.
now, you gotta wait. Sorry about it.
I just
Sorry,
always
not
love
sorry.
facts. Like I'm sorry, like to say that I'm sorry to you, but like I
I'm
don't
not.
give a shit. So
Don't
like
care
deal
at
with it.
all.
But I loved how like no matter what, like whether you were in elementary school or middle school, they would rush you out of that damn cafeteria. Like you
Oh,
would sit down with 5 minutes and they're like,
get
you
out.
gotta go. Like,
Hey, brother,
oh,
I'm getting
okay.
heartburn trying to eat
Yeah.
your chicken tenders here. Like, can you just give me a second?
And you get in trouble if you ate outside of the cafeteria. It's like, which one is it?
Yeah,
Make your mind.
for real. For real. Good
Those are
times
good
though.
days, man.
Good
Good
days.
shit.
I
Dude, and
remember
then
those
just
fondly.
just like the highlight career days that you could have just on the football field there, like,
Oh,
they will live in your mind forever, just
man,
Hall of
if
Famer.
only the girls knew what I was putting up, I'd have a girlfriend right now. If I could
Just
just
with those stats.
woo her with oh, I would just get it was just incredible. 8th grade playing football on the little field back there. I don't know, were you there? Did you have the same lunch as me? I don't know.
No, you had first, I had
No,
second. I was
yeah, so
quarterback in second.
we would go up, man, and I would just I'd scored 5 touchdowns a day. It would be insane. There's just nothing like it.
And then
It's the best.
like, that weird feeling when you're going to drink from the water fountain and, like, you're you're getting some water here.
Oh,
Like
I'm
you're
tired. I
feeling it,
need to.
and you feel like you played like a full NFL game. You're
I
like, I
felt
got
like
5 touchdowns,
oh,
300. Like,
I'm sweating. I'm like, how am I gonna recover? Like this is. If only someone was. I'm like, I'm walking into class like people were watching the game, like they were like witnessing greatness. I'm like, nobody cared what was happening. It was just us, and then we're gonna literally forget about it in like 3 hours. We're gonna play a whole nother Super Bowl tomorrow.
yep.
Like it didn't
And then
even matter.
the only thing in the group chat back in those days, and that was back when we had like the flip keyboard phones, which
Yeah,
were
yeah.
so addictive. I wish I could have that
I
back.
didn't even have
The
one
little
until like I don't even know, 6th grade,
7th grade
7th grade, maybe 7th grade. I didn't even have one. I would text. Oh my gosh, I
off an
would
iPod.
text girls off of my friend's phone, off of Grant Seal. Shout out my boy, name dropping right now. Guy's
What?
living his best life in Idaho. I
Shout out
would
Grant.
text. I would text girls off of his flip phone. Yeah, that's how I had to do it, or like, because those would be the days when like you could actually do that and it would make sense. Like
Mhm.
some girls would be hanging out and you'd be hanging out with your friend and like they'd be text. Everyone would just be in the know of the conversation, be like, "Yo, like, hold on, Zach wants to text so and so," and then we just be
It was a big
texting.
thing, yeah.
They're like, "Oh, this is so and so. Like, give the phone to Zach." Like, "Oh, okay, cool. This is fun." And then I eventually got the iPod, so then I could.
That's what I remember. You used to run it on the iPod. You
I
had
don't
like that
even
little
know if
kick,
I
and you just
Kick
kinda
Messenger, bro.
you
Oh
just
my
kinda did the
gosh.
thing.
Kick was.
Nothing like it.
Hey, the kids today, they don't know about Kick Messenger.
No, that's why, like, when we hear, like, the kids that you coach talking about how, they don't we don't understand how difficult it is. I'm like, "Have you ever tried to text a full paragraph on a fucking razor?
Oh.
Like,
Do
in
you
class so
like
no one
me?
can
Question,
see
and
it?"
I'm
Like
trying to like that text when you'd hit her with the "Do you like me?" and then you just slide it quick and you'd throw it onto
throw
your
it back
bed,
in
like
the
trying to like not even touch it. You're just like so scared, and then you're just like sliding just to see, okay, is the message like what's up? And you're just like freaking out,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
and then you like don't speak to that girl for the next like year.
Yeah, and the only time that you talk to her again, you try to get her to sign your yearbook, and you just get, like, hags, and you're like, "Well,
Yeah.
it's a good year."
When you just
It's like
only get a Hags, you're like, dang, you didn't nothing special, nothing like even write out have a great summer.
Facts.
Nope, you're just gonna do Hags. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
thanks for
Dude,
nothing. Thought
I
we had something
forgot
special.
about that. There was, like, yearbook, like, lingo, like, "Oh, she
Oh
wrote
yeah.
this, she really likes you," and it's
Oh
like,
yeah. People and I go
"Man."
back and I read like as my mom keeps all the yearbooks. I'll
Mhm.
go back and I'll just like scroll through and I'll notice like, oh, this girl was kind of low key shooting her shot and I just had no clue.
Just
Like,
over the top.
not even just like a fake let's hang like, someone will say, "Let's hang out this summer," like, and then they'll just, like, give you their number, like, just so straightforward, and I'm like, "I don't have a phone, like, I don't know what this
I got
means."
Kick,
I
so,
got
like
Kick, you add me on Kick or whatever, or they'll just, like I'll be like, "Wait, was this" she was like, "I wish we coulda, like, talked more," like, they'll send, like, a paragraph. I'm like
Mhm.
and then I'll go to my buddy's yearbook and then be like, "Hey, what did you get a thing from this girl?" Like, "Nah, she just said have a great summer." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" And you realize like 3 years later, like, "Oh, okay, I fumbled that one again."
You try to hit her up, but you're like, "I was a big dumb dipshit," I
Yeah,
didn't read the signal. She's like, "I was 6th grade, we're, like, in 10th grade," and you're like,
for sure.
"'Kay, keep it moving."
Yeah, let's keep it pushing. Okay, you have a boyfriend? Cool. All right, never mind. I'll get
Turn on
out of there real
Marvin's
quick.
Room, let me just
Yeah, let me
chill
just
for a second.
let me just go to sleep, honestly.
It's like that video of, Stewie when he's, like, depressed or something. He's like, "Alright, I guess I'll just go to sleep," and he rolls over, just starts crying.
Yeah, no, literally, that's how it would feel. It would hurt. It would hurt different.
Hey, man, those are different days. That's when you grow up a little bit, you're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I need to start reading the signs a little bit,"
I
I need
need
to
to
start
start
being
getting
aware.
getting in my bag a little bit,
Yep,
for
yep,
sure.
man. Good old times, They don't make them like that anymore.
No, no, they don't, and I wish they did.
I do too. But then if we went to middle school again, they'd arrest us because
No, yeah, we can't
too
be
old.
there.
Oh.
Can't be there. I'm at high school, and that's pushing it. Like,
Yes.
that's even itself risky business. I'm on a high school campus pretty much every day, and
Yeah.
especially with the, I'm not gonna call out any Catholics here, but, those priests,
Well,
you know, they get a little handsy.
oh,
Yeah.
little
We
sleight of
know
hand
we
going.
know about this,
Oh,
we know about
mhm.
those stories, yeah, so, like, you
I
know
hear you. Little
Gotta be careful.
confessional going on in the back, and then
Gotta be careful
altar boy,
at
and
all
then
times. You never
Yep.
know. You never know
Okay.
who's watching. You never know who's listening.
Yeah.
Gotta be safe at all times.
Speaking of being safe, we'd be remiss if we didn't go through this last week's college football slate. I mean, I think the first game to start with is definitely
Yeah.
that Utah-Oregon State.
Yeah. Do we want to do college or do we want to do
You know what? Let's start
NFL
with the pro. We
first?
can start with pro. You're right.
Okay. Just
Go with
because
the
we just
professionals.
watched this is
Yeah.
for everyone listening, this is Monday night, so we literally right before we logged on, we watched the Giants play probably the worst. I don't know what to say. I'm just gonna pull up a box score and just look. Yeah, Daniel Jones, QBR of 22. He was sacked
Not
10
great.
times. 10 times. 10 sacks. So that's
not what
about
you
all
need.
they go to 1-3. And they should honestly be 0-4 because they beat the Cardinals where they were losing what 20-0 at halftime.
20-0 at half.
Yeah, and they came back and won. So they should really be 0-4. Just for context, everybody, Daniel Jones is the 4th highest paid player in the whole of the NFL.
Hey, I had a baby Daniel.
So way
Let's
to
just give him a
finesse,
round
Daniel.
of applause
That's
here.
good stuff. You could pay him, but you can't pay some O linemen. Cool. Or how about let's maybe throw it to Darren Waller, the guy that you got and
Yeah.
you wanted to. No, okay, never mind.
The bigger question I have though is you draft Jalen Hyatt, great
Yep.
speedster.
Sure.
I think he's on the field probably like
He's not,
40%
and when
of
he's
the
on the field,
snaps,
he
and I
runs a
don't get it.
hitch. He runs
Yeah,
it. Now I
is he injured?
understand if like Daniel Jones can't even hold the ball long enough to throw it deep, but you gotta at least
Give him a screen or
try.
something.
You gotta like I don't know, do something, man. Like I don't understand how I can watch an offense like maybe like the Dolphins, put up 70.
Yeah.
The Bills just put up 48.
Yep.
And then like I watched like the Giants be this horrible with the guy who was the OC for the Bills, Brian Daboll.
Yeah.
Won Coach of the Year last year, by the way. Shouldn't have.
No.
I'm gonna throw that out there. Should have been. I don't know. I thought Sirianni, but
I would say Sirianni.
that's all I'll say about that.
I mean, he had a damn
best
flower
record
thrown at him.
in the NFL.
Wait, but that's because of the tush push now. It's an abomination of a play.
Yeah,
we can't have it.
We'll get to that. But I mean, there weren't really many like good games that were close. Like two good teams close. Like my team, the Eagles. Well, actually, both of our teams overtime wins for both of our squads.
Boys got ice.
Down to the wire. I would say the Rams game was
Closer than it needed to
probably like the Eagles game. The Eagles were down early and kind of battled back, took a lead, but the Rams were up 20-0, right?
We were up 20-0 at halftime.
Yeah, and kind of just like got stale in the second half. I don't know. You could probably speak more to that.
Yeah, so like the best way I could describe it, and I was talking about it yesterday, was like I feel like when the Rams went up 20-0, like the offense decided that this became like a scrimmage for practice, and they're like, okay, well we know we have Puka Nacua on the over route, 15 yards open every time. Like we could take 15 to 20 yards every play, but let's not do that. Let's go try to work on some different concepts. And before we know it, like AR-15 happened, like goes down, scores,
Just
2-point
took off,
conversion.
yeah.
Runs the ball behind Quentin Nelson at the 2. Boom. Hits a 2-point conversion. I'm like, okay, now it's 23-16. Like we're gonna try to stop them. All of a sudden, we're not hitting the over route. Boom. So we go to overtime once they tie it up. And sure enough, Stafford goes back, Puka Nacua, 15-yard over route, wide open.
Game over.
Hits it twice in that drive, and we win the game.
Yep.
So I think I'm really excited about the fact that I have my franchise running back in Williams. Kyren Williams, I think, will be
looks
good
good.
for the team.
Looks good.
If we can keep Stafford from getting hurt, because the O-line played phenomenal this game. As a Rams fan, I know our weak point is our O-line. Like our defense,
and it'll
is
be tested next week with the Eagles coming to town. We're gonna have a real spite. We might have to do like a friendly wager or something.
Yeah, I think we were actually talking about we might have to
for
go
the
to
show.
it.
We might have to go.
We might have to pull up.
Those ticket prices are pretty fucking crazy.
Not that bad.
Oh shit. Oh, I mean, cheapest
some fan wants to
seats.
send us there.
Cheapest seats over $200.
Well, And we
Well,
know what
and
parking
parking.
is.
Oh,
We
don't get
know.
us started. We'll get robbed out there. Jeez, I'd rather
Man,
get robbed so I don't have to pay for parking. Just send me home.
facts. Don't give them your card if you're gonna go parking,
But
man.
yeah,
Don't do it.
the
You could
Rams
do a
O
wager.
line will definitely, yeah, we'll have to get some sort of friendly. We can maybe have in the comments or
Yeah.
wherever on the social somebody say,
Give
you
us a
know,
good little, like,
give us a
friendly
good
wager here.
wager. Someone's got to do something on stream or someone's got to do something, whatever.
I'm getting ahead of this right now.
Someone has to
I'm
DM
calling out
their ex or someone's got to.
I'm calling out Karate Kid right now. There will be no OnlyFans content. There will be no streaking on
Yeah,
stream.
no
And if
nudity,
someone
nothing
says
that's
if
gonna get
someone
somebody arrested.
if someone says put Nair in like a shampoo bottle, that's fucked.
Yeah, let's maybe keep
That's
it
just fucked. Let's keep it
funny
nice.
and
Yeah.
like chill. It doesn't have to be like, hey, someone's got to just get wasted or something, or I don't know, like something that could be maybe be fun. But
I
yeah,
mean,
I'd say the Rams
maybe
O
fun.
line will definitely get tested
tested.
next week against the Eagles. And actually, I don't know if I bookmarked it, but Jalen Carter, even more than your boy Big Number 99. I'm not saying he's better than him, obviously, has the
Yeah.
most defensive tackle pressures in the league through 4 weeks. And
I
he has
mean,
less snaps too, which is pretty crazy. Like the kid's a freaking
the fact that you
unreal.
guys went to the Super Bowl and then picked up that
Gotta,
son of a
hey,
bitch, that dancing
thank you
bear.
Chicago. Thank you Chicago Bears
Hey,
for
let's just
trading
thank
back.
Chicago.
Hey, that's good stuff, boys.
I mean,
They got their franchise QB. They traded back to draft, I don't know, a tackle instead of a
Yeah.
generational defensive lineman. They're
They
just
get their
running a
John
great
Deere
operation.
stolen.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're the best franchise in the league over there. Thanks, appreciate it.
yeah, just
Gets to
profiting
learn
off of them.
gets to learn from Fletcher Cox every day. Like, I mean, it's pretty much just free.
Yeah, gets to learn from the big cock of the walk.
Yeah, I
That's
guess I'll speak on the Eagles game. It was
yeah.
honestly through 4 weeks. I mean, the Bucks game was pretty good, but they have not played their best ball. This is honestly the best they played on offense. AJ Brown was torching Forbes, which was a Mississippi State versus Ole Miss rivalry. So Forbes went to Mississippi State. AJ Brown, of course, Ole Miss. So they were jawing the whole game, and he pretty much ate him alive. I think 9 catches. Yeah, 9 catches, 175, 2 touchdowns.
I'm thinking that's
pretty
getting
good.
it done. Yeah.
Kind of costed. I wouldn't say it was his fault. They caught the game. He caught the touchdown with about a minute 30-ish left, and then got called for taunting. It was kind of he kind of like probably said a little bit, and he put the ball down in front of him and then ran off, and they threw a flag for taunting. I was like, okay, like I've seen people like do a lot more for less. Which then the Commanders got good field position, went down, scored on the last play of the game. Not sure why the Eagles, the second to last play of the game, there's 5 seconds left. They all out blitzed. Howell threw a bad ball into the dirt, but it all happened so fast that it left 1 second or 2 seconds on the clock. The play took 3 seconds. Then on the last play, they decided to drop 7 and rush 4. They dropped 7, and then there's still a guy one-on-one.
How'd that happen?
I don't know how that happens. I don't know why we don't just picket fence it and have literally a guy for each 5 yards, and we're probably good. But somehow there were 2 guys standing behind the corner, and they were doing nothing, and then this guy just caught a one-on-one. I'm glad they didn't go for 2 because they probably would have got it at that stage.
Honestly, I thought they were going for 2. I thought they were going to go for the dagger.
I would have. I know the coach Rivera came out and said they didn't because he said that they were gassed. I don't know.
Find it.
But aren't the Eagles also gassed? Trying to defend for it's the same kind of. They're rushing too, so I don't know. It ended up working out. The tush push worked, and then got in field goal range. Jake Elliott automatic. I'm not gonna say he's the best kicker in the league because I know Justin Tucker exists, but he does have the best. He has better numbers this year than Justin Tucker. He's as automatic as it gets. Shout out Chicken Little. Even though he hates that nickname that Devontae Smith gave him. He wanted to fight him after, but
he's not fighting him. He's not doing it.
What are you gonna do? So
not fighting Schmitty.
Those are our teams. I guess the biggest game was the Bills-Dolphins game, which kind of turned into a snooze fest. The Dolphins defense kind of just got obliterated.
Yeah.
They still scored. I guess A-Chan. I don't know how you even say it. He wants to say it a certain way. He's,
Yeah,
I
I don't
guess, the
know.
greatest running back since Barry Sanders.
Apparently,
Um,
somehow. Didn't know it.
yeah, Stephon Diggs 3 touchdowns, looks good. Yeah, Bills kind of 3
Those
straight
were
wins
wagging.
after losing to the Jets on that opening night.
Yeah, didn't they have DeMar Hamlin in this game too? What I
They
recall.
did have DeMar. Not sure what he did,
He was
but
there.
DeMar was there.
What
He
about it, baby?
didn't. Yeah, he finished the game healthy. That's all we care about.
Man, I think the biggest game from the weekend
You can say it.
was
The poop bowl,
definitely no. I
Broncos
was going to the
Bears.
football.
Oh, I thought
I
you were
was
gonna.
going with the Swifty Bowl, bro. The little
Oh
Chiefs
yeah,
Jets.
yeah.
That game actually turned out
Sunday
to be
Night
pretty
Football
good.
was a fire game,
I mean, the
and I'd
Jets
say the Jets kind of
defense.
got robbed a little bit, a
Oh,
couple
we'll look
times.
into that. We got that later on Twitter. I'll tell you that
Yeah,
much.
not bad. I'd say the Chiefs are probably looking at all the teams that are 3-1. You got the Lions,
Lions are pretty good this
Dolphins,
year, man.
Bills,
They're for real.
Ravens, Bucks. I'd say besides the Buccaneers and maybe the Ravens, I'd say, yeah, maybe this like the Chiefs are a pretty subpar 3-1 team.
Yeah, they've gotten a lot of
I don't think they're that good, but that's kind of how the Chiefs operate. They kind of start this year slow and kind of just figure it out as they go along. So I'm not too worried about them, but
no.
as of right now, they haven't, done much for me.
No. I was pretty happy though just to see Zach Wilson have a great game. Like by his standards,
Yeah,
that was
really good.
phenomenal to see. I mean, 2 touchdowns, no picks. We had that late fumble, which he even said, I can't do that. So I
Yeah,
was really
on
happy
him.
to hear that.
Yep.
Um, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of pissed when I heard Rodney Harrison just bury him
Yeah, that was
like
kind of scummy.
twice. Like, look,
Didn't need
I
to do that.
understand you're an analyst, like, but your job is to critique his performance today, not just say, "Oh, he's shit," and then ask Chris Jones. You saw he was shit on film, right? Like, you saw he was shit.
Yeah.
So I was just like, we don't really need to do that. Just looking through the slate of games real quick. Chargers, I mean,
Whew.
anytime somebody beats the Raiders, I'm a happy camper. But the
Yeah, it was a close
Chargers,
one. They wanted to throw it. Chargers will always want to throw a game away.
yeah,
They'll try.
yeah,
They are the team, I think, more than anyone that plays down to their competition.
yeah, I would agree.
Like, and I get it. They had, I think, Bosa was out, Derwin James was out, Eckler was out, but the Raiders were also playing with me at quarterback.
Yeah,
O'Connell was a statue in the pocket. Would just wouldn't like he was just getting hammered out there. I mean,
yeah,
Khalil Mack had 6 sacks. He was one off the record for most sacks in a game. Like I was absolutely eating. But yeah, I don't know. I think the Chargers are. I don't know, man. I had a hot
they're a
take
wild
before
card.
this year. I didn't think they'd make the playoffs.
Ooh,
That was my hot take. I
okay.
didn't like actually publicly put anything out about that. I was just kind of like talking with
That
people.
was up here, just kind of
Nah, like shout out Kyle Della. Me and him have spoken about
KD.
kind of what we think about the season, and I did not. I just think the AFC is so like the Chargers are just gonna Charger. I don't know. There's just
Yeah,
something that I don't trust about them
it's
in
like the Dak
crunch
Prescott
time.
effect.
Yeah,
Like, no matter how good the Cowboys are, like the Dak effect's gonna come into play. Like
hmm
Dak is gonna do what Dak does.
for sure. Every time.
It's gonna cost you the game. And so same with Chargers. You're like, you got all this talent, you got all these different playmakers, and then your coach is gonna somehow just
Yeah.
chalk
The
the
only
game.
thing that's good for them right now is the Bengals are horrible. We
Yeah.
could talk about that. I mean, he scored 3 points. Um, Derrick Henry threw a
Talk about that.
touchdown pass. So
Derrick Henry looked to be in pretty good form.
yeah,
Thinking he's
he's
doing pretty good.
thinking he's back.
Yeah.
The
Thinking it.
poop ball number 2, Vikings Panthers. Um, Vikings get a win. The Panthers just have nothing on like
No.
Bryce Young's just running for his life. Their best receiver is Adam Thielen, who's like 33 years old. It's
Yeah.
we're not looking good. Let's just fast forward to next year.
Yeah.
They honestly, if they end up with the number 1 pick, they can get the absolute. They'll trade it for sure. I mean, maybe they take Caleb. I think their
I think you'd
best
have
bet.
to.
They could, but they could also get the absolute bag from a team who wants to go up to number 1. They could get so
True.
many picks, they could get players, they could really restock if they actually believe in Bryce Young, which
Bryce
obviously
Young.
I think Caleb's better, but, like,
Yeah.
there is something to be said. If you think he's good enough, and you get 3 firsts and, like how Colin Cowherd said about the Steelers, would you give up Pickens, Watt, and 3 firsts? Like, if a team's doing that, like, I don't know,
Yeah, I'm
if you
I'm
think
listening
you
to the
have a
offer.
guy at quarterback, like, maybe you run it down because then you just kinda wasted your first the year before when you coulda because they traded up to get Bryce Young, so I don't know what's gonna happen there. It's gonna get interesting.
That'd be an interesting piece. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Did you watch a little bit of that Toy Story experience?
I dabbled in a few clips of it. Watching Bijan absolutely just break a guy's ankles on Toy Story cam was pretty electric, I won't lie. And then the announcers when Trevor Lawrence was scrambling, he was like, "His feet are on fire." I was like, "What the heck is going on?" But other than that, I mean, it's cool, but
I saw some disrespectful
whatever.
stuff on Twitter, man. I saw somebody post like, what would have happened if the Damar Hamlin game was in
Oh,
the Toy
yeah, and then
Story
someone just had
verse?
Woody just, like, laying down. I mean, it
Uh,
is an honest question. If, like, that
yeah,
happened or, like, even let's say not even that serious, someone, blows out their knee and has to get carted off, like, is the remote control car from Toy Story coming out to
yeah.
get him, and then you're, like, seeing the player, like, doing the thumbs up to the crowd or something, like or, like, someone gets KO'd, like, imagine it was the Tua when his, like, fingers were crazy, is they are they just gonna show that on the ground? Like, I don't know how sophisticated their system is, but
They send out
it's
like
it's good questions.
the little army men, the little sarge just comes trotting out to pick
Yeah,
him up.
it's
Oh
pretty electric,
man,
though.
I thought it was a cool idea. But I think we've talked about the NFL week. We'll look forward to seeing, what wager we get for
Yeah,
the
and I think
Bengals
we're gonna
Eagles. Be
do
good.
and we're gonna have we didn't mention this, but we're gonna do 2 episodes this week. We
Mhm.
might go to just 2 episodes normally. Um, in the next episode that I'll release later in the week, we'll do a top 10
Yeah,
kinda like an NFL version of a top 10. We'll release that later in the week. So then we'll kinda go more in depth about, like, more of the teams and stuff. We kinda just wanted to wait until week 4. We kinda seen enough, and now we
yeah,
can kinda dabble,
100%.
um, into a top 10 for that. But where do we wanna go? Call it? We wanna
Let's go
recap
to
some college
college.
games?
Yeah,
Some kinda nothing out of the ordinary, like, everyone kinda I feel like
everyone held serve.
everybody played mid.
Yeah, I didn't see any like
Maybe Texas,
stellar
but they were also
performances.
playing a backup quarterback, so I don't really know what to do there
Yeah,
either. Their offense did look good, but Kansas's defense isn't, like, the greatest in the world.
yeah, they're not the greatest show on turf by any
Washington
means.
kinda toughish game against Arizona.
Yeah,
USC obviously, defense left a lot to be desired. However, they were up 41-14 at one point and
just trolled.
kinda just put it in cruise control and, like, some of those young guys on Colorado just stepped up, but
Yeah, the one thing I didn't understand on defense is we got Miller, who I don't care if he's a freshman, he's been one on one cooking the corner for 2 touchdowns at that. No, one
Mhm.
touchdown at that point. My bad, he didn't get two. And I'm watching the game plan go through in the third and fourth quarter, and we're still leaving him one on one to run a hitch route, to run a
Yeah,
vertical, to run
let's
like
put some more bodies over there.
yeah, it's like let's just shade the safety over top and let's kind of bracket this guy and make him look somewhere else. But
Sure.
yeah, credit to Colorado. I had people who were, blowing up my phone saying, what's going on with USC? Or is this not going to be a team? And it's like, look, I don't know about you. I did not expect Colorado to get blown out 2 weeks in a row. I didn't think
Nope.
Dion was going to do that. I knew
0% chance.
Shadur's
At home
decent. Like,
too. Yeah,
yeah, they're putting up a fight.
for sure. And honestly, they weren't. It was 41-14 at one point. Let's not forget that.
Yeah,
They did battle back for sure, and some of that has to do with the offense. This is the
yeah,
first time I've really seen the USC offense kinda, like,
yeah,
stall out a little bit in the second half, which isn't
yeah.
necessarily concerning.
Well,
I
0
think
points in the
I
fourth quarter was on my mind. I was like, that's
Yeah,
not
I
something that can
think
have
I think
happened.
they kinda I really think that they got up
Put it on
big
cruise
and thought
control.
that they could just kinda just chill, and Colorado said, "We got talent, we have athletes, so we're not just gonna let you come in here and stomp us and then leaves." But I'm not worried. I still think that this defense is better than last year's defense. I
Oh,
really do. I
100%.
think on the top end, and I think the offense is better, which is why when I hear people say like it's GG, it's over, they can't win. Like they can score 40 plus points against anybody at any moment. Georgia, and if you're going to say, "Oh, they can't against Georgia," you're telling me the Ohio State offense from last year is better
No.
than USC's offense. Maybe okay, at the worst you say it's comparable. Ohio State put up 40
Yeah.
on Georgia in that semifinal game. So let's not act like they can't score at will against anybody else. And all you need is a turnover here, a special teams block thing here,
One stop. That's all
a
you need.
sack, a strip sack, a couple like in your like. I think this isn't 2010 anymore, where you can win a game 17-14.
No.
And a good offense, which it's when I growing up, I always heard defense wins championships, and to an extent that's true, but it's not just in total. It's opportunistic defenses. It's
Yeah.
third down defenses. It's can you create a turnover? Can you stall out a long drive? It's not just boom, 3 and out, it's over. Because teams can score 40 points. Good offenses at least, not Iowa, you know. There's still some that struggle, but
And
like a great offense is going to trump a great defense. It just is. That's the day and age we live in college football with wide hashes and great play callers and RPO. Just how it is. So I'm always going to give
yeah.
teams like USC and Washington and even Texas the nod over a team like Penn State or Michigan or Georgia that are kind of just midding their way through the year. Like Georgia could have lost. Georgia could have 2 losses. I mean, the South Carolina one's a little debatable, but this one was if Brock
And that was
Bowers isn't the greatest tight end in the world, then they lose.
no, I agree 100%. I think exactly what you said. It's not 2010 anymore. Like we're not gonna have an Alabama grind out 9-6 win anymore. Like it's
Yeah,
just not gonna happen. I think a good example of that was the LSU Ole Miss game.
sure.
I mean, first of all, is someone gonna play some goddamn defense? I mean,
It would be nice.
somebody,
It would be nice.
somebody try.
Someone do something.
It was a
Stop
great
somebody.
offensive performance. I mean, I'm watching them go down the field, and I'm looking at Jaden Daniels. I'm like, I know who you are. I saw you play at ASU. I know what your capabilities are. Like,
Yep.
you're not like I was hearing the announcers talk about it, and I mean, I love RG3. He's a great commentator.
Hmm.
But hearing them talk about him like he was like Brady, like,
Yeah.
oh, he's ready for the comeback. He's gonna go for 2 and they're gonna win. I'm like, I don't
Hmm.
think they're scoring. And sure enough, I'm glad that they're out of the top 10 because I didn't think they were a top 10 team this year.
No,
Because I think
I
in college
never
football,
did.
it matters about your quarterback.
I
That's the
never
most
thought.
important position.
Everyone else is so, which is why I also don't think people think Florida State's really good. I
Yeah,
think
I'm
that
not
win
buying
over
it.
LSU is the most overrated win in the country so far
Yeah.
this year. I really do. And sorry for saying that, but
No, I think they're the
I think
imposter
it's
this
true.
year in the top 5 for sure. I just looking at their schedule and seeing, the struggle against Boston College, the
Hmm.
struggle against Clemson. I mean, it's not the same Clemson where they had Deshaun Watson and they had all these weapons outside. Like
Nope.
we're not that team anymore. So
Yeah.
I agree with you. I mean, I'm trying to look at some games that were really.
Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
kind
Notre
of
Dame
look.
Duke was good.
Notre Dame Duke
Um,
was a fun game. Duke had it, and they kind of blew it
yeah,
towards
they
the
did.
end.
That
I
injury,
did
man. I'm
say,
hoping Riley Leonard's okay.
yeah, I did say if
It's
Duke
tough.
won, I'd put them in my top 10. They didn't, so sorry
Sorry
about it.
about it.
But other than that, I mean, kind of just everybody doing what they were supposed to.
Yep.
Um, Michigan beats another shitty team in
Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Yeah.
Um, Penn State beats a shitty Northwestern. That game was tied at halftime, by the way, so they were kind of snoozing through. Washington in a close one. It wasn't really that like they were up by 2 touchdowns with a minute left,
Yeah.
and it's always the like that the East Coasters say, "Whoa, look how close the game was." It was 31-17. They score a touchdown, try and do an onside kick, don't get it. So it's kind of one of those that like it kind of got fake close at the end, but it really wasn't that close.
Yeah. It wasn't a barn burner.
Um, That was 21-10 at half, 14-0 after the first quarter. So it was never really in doubt, but people will
Yeah.
like to say, "Wow, touchdown game, Washington's mid." Like, what about Georgia?
Yeah.
And the thing that I want to say about Georgia, right? I got some stick. I'm not gonna call out anybody in any group chats that I'm in, but people are saying that, why would Washington or SC be so high? Why not Georgia? I'm like, why Georgia? Like, oh, they haven't lost in 21 games. I don't care.
We're talking this year.
This season,
This team.
right now, these 5 games, what have they shown me? They show me that their offense is not very good. Besides Brock Bowers, they have pretty much nothing in the passing game. Their defense is not as good as it has been at all. Give up 21 points to UAB.
Yeah.
Now, could they win the championship this year? Sure, because they have the easiest schedule in the whole world. They could go in, they could win again, and then they go three-peat, and they're like, yeah, see? I'm like, well, okay, but in week 5, they were not the best team that I've seen so far. And the thing that I want to say is, so Georgia beats Auburn 27-20. Auburn beat Cal 14-10. The Cal Bears 14-10. Washington dropped 56 on Cal.
Yep.
And was up 45-12 in the first half, if I remember correctly.
You're correct.
So by that logic, obviously I'm not saying that Cal is as good as Georgia, but they're more comparable to Georgia than Washington is.
Yeah.
They're playing the same little 4-game circle of life here, and I'm seeing Washington annihilate a team that Auburn almost lost to and that Georgia almost lost to. So it's not like Georgia's just like, I'm going to just auto put them at 1. Not doing it. Won't ever do it. I watch the games that are on the field. I don't watch the games from last year because it's a different team. They don't have Keely Ringo. They don't have Nolan Smith. They don't have Jalen Carter. They don't have Stetson Bennett. They don't have any of these guys anymore, but I'm just supposed to like put them at 1 because, oh, well, yeah, they won it. It's fair. Don't care. Don't care.
I don't disagree with you at all, man.
I will give
I
one
appreciate
shout
it.
out. You were talking about other games. Would like to shout out FCS. My uncle is the head coach of Towson University. They got their first conference win, beat a ranked opponent. New Hampshire was ranked 23.
I think they've earned it.
Clap it up. They won in overtime 54-51. Absolute barn burner. Let me go to the box score here so I can shout out. Shout out Nathan Kent. Threw for 5 touchdowns.
Have a day, bud.
Have a day, son. Now, he struggled a little bit in the previous games. I'll be the first one to say it. Okay? Wasn't the best start of the year. He'd probably say it too. But Nathan, you turned it around, buddy.
There you go.
5 touchdowns, big overtime win. Just want to shout out the Towson Tigers. 1-1 in conference, beat a ranked opponent in New Hampshire. New Hampshire preseason predictions for the conference, they were supposed to finish second. Towson second to last. So the boys are buzzing. Big away win in overtime. You gotta love it. There you go. Just needed to give a little shout out there.
No,
to
we
the
love the
lads.
love. You got your uncle's team going out there taking care of business. Now the
Oh,
big
yeah.
question I want to know is, what are we doing to celebrate? Are we drinking some beers in the locker room? Are we?
That's a great question. I don't know
we doing?
what they got up to. I know it was an away game, so they probably had to get out of there pretty quick.
Okay, so some beers on the bus.
Maybe
we
beers on
gotta
the
have some
bus.
sort of beers.
Something yeah. Maybe not on the bus, but definitely somebody was drinking something when they got back to Baltimore. No doubt.
Have to do it.
Must.
All right, it's a good little recap. I think now it's time to just get into some funny Twitter clips, and let me tell you.
Oh, well, do we do the top 10?
Oh, you're right. What am I doing? I'm skipping things.
You got to do the top 10.
Let me pull up the
top 10. This might be what the people.
I think based on the ratings, this is what the people came for.
What the people really want to
again,
see.
Everyone, I'm a big dumb dipshit. Okay, so
we're trying.
Take that into account. Factor that.
We're trying our best. That's what we do.
Let me just go ahead and pull up that top 10, and we can just kind of talk about some things here.
Yep. All right. So, when you really look at it, now I'm pretty sure there is a red arrow that shows USC going down. Now, the red gets blocked out by the cardinal of USC, so you can't really tell.
Sorry about it.
But I'm sorry, we try our best. We're not working with the biggest budget here, okay? So just let us live. I was tempted, and you can talk about this too, to not change anything.
No, yeah.
Like
No,
initially,
I
I
thought
said
about it.
like I don't really know. Like, am I moving teams up for? Am I gonna move a team down for winning? Move a team up? Blah blah blah. Eventually, I kind of leaned on moving USC down because even though they won, they didn't win as well and as convincing as Texas did. And now this is 2 games. I won't even count the ASU game. The first game of the year against San Jose State, defense was a little shoddy. All the other games were okay. This is 2 games now where defense has kind of given up a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit too much, especially in this game in the second half. San Jose State, it was in the first half more. But I guess we can start at the bottom with the honorable mentions. So Notre Dame's still in there. They moved down from 10, mainly not be like it's like, oh, you're punishing them for a win. I'm more hyping up Washington State's now victory over Oregon State because Oregon State pretty much manhandled Utah, and
Yeah.
Washington State beat that Oregon State team and was up with 3 minutes. If you check the box score, it'll be a 3-point game, but they were up
They're up
by
10, right?
17 late in the fourth. So they were kind of they were dominating for most of the game. So I moved them up. I think this team is good. Cam Ward outside shot for a Heisman. He's been pretty good at QB. But you can kind of see the other honorable mentions there. Bama kind of jumps back in. Nice had a nice 2 weeks in a row. They're kind of letting Milrow just do what he was supposed to be doing the whole game, which is either run it or throw it deep.
Or deep.
So there you go. Oregon State back up after their loss. Washington State, nice win over Utah. And then we had 3 in the honorable mention last time, but I wanted to put Oklahoma in just to kind of hype up that next week is Red River, and I'd like to give them some love. Uh,
Yeah.
Oklahoma a little bit of love. I still don't think that they're that good. They haven't really played anybody at all. Played Cincinnati and struggled with them, and Cincinnati stinks. But it is River next week. That's big noon, or maybe not big noon, but I know
I
it'll
think it
be
is
at.
big noon.
I know it's at 9, but I don't know if that technically is big noon. It might be the Ohio State game. But either way, big game. So I wanted to give Oklahoma a shout out. That's going to be a huge game. Oklahoma, Texas. For those who don't know what Red River is, it's Oklahoma versus Texas. They're playing at the Cotton Bowl. Electric.
Yeah. It's a great environment.
So
It's a
yeah,
one of a kind game.
if you wanted to speak on any of those honorable mentions, I feel like pretty fair. I think what teams are kind of left out, like I don't even know. There's a couple teams like Utah. I kind of bumped them. Like I don't know what to do with them until Rising comes back, if he ever comes
Yeah.
back. Um, but yeah, North Carolina's undefeated. I don't think they're very good. Ole Miss. I still don't think a win over LSU doesn't do much for me. Miami is undefeated. They were kind of a shout, but still haven't seen much. I'm gonna wait for a big game from them. But yeah, if you want to speak on any of the honorable mentions, you can.
So I think it's more so I like the honorable mentions that we have. I think Bama definitely earned their way back in the honorable mentions. Like we
Yeah.
said, it's not difficult with Milrose. You got a guy that's got a cannon for an arm,
Mhm.
not the greatest intermediate. It's okay. And he can run the ball and hold on to that. So
Yeah.
let's play to his strengths. Let's run the ball, run some play action pass with that, throw the ball deep. We got some decent speedsters, stretch the field a little bit, play some defense. Oregon State, I was very impressed by their win. Again, I'm with you as far as I don't know what Utah we're gonna get, especially
Yeah.
when Rising comes back. They're kind of a second
Yeah.
half of the year team. They're kind of like the Kansas City Chiefs. Not that they've
Yeah.
won the same amount, but like that they're gonna kind of start slow and then they're gonna kind of put the pieces together later.
Yep. As long as
Um,
Rising's back. Now that is the
yeah,
key caveat. Like if he never just plays football again, then
yeah, their
this
new
team
quarterback.
sucks.
I don't know what in the hell he's doing every week, but
Not
it is
good.
not great because I've seen 4 weeks now where he just looks lost in the passing game. Like
Yeah.
even
Not good.
simple concepts like run a little curl route against, cover 3 with a little curl flat, like he's not really reading it.
He's not reading
So,
anything. He couldn't read green
yeah,
eggs and ham if he tried.
pretty much. And that's an easy lock,
Oh,
that's a quick little
that's as free as it gets.
yeah. I think this is kind of jumping ahead. I agree with Washington State being number 10 and we talked about this too in our little pregame meeting. I think Notre Dame should have
Yeah.
jumped over for Florida State.
Yeah.
And you could call me a hater of Florida State. I'm just not buying it.
Nick
I
is
don't think
very,
they're that
very
good.
much out on Florida State. I
Yeah.
am pretty out. I just am kind of just waiting for them to lose so then we can really just plummet them.
Just
You
bury
know?
them.
Yeah. Like they did beat all right, they went into Clemson and won. How much does that mean this year? I don't know. I have no idea. Duke beat Clemson handily. Notre Dame beat Duke. So, there's that.
Yeah.
But they are undefeated. They have I mean, I don't know. I just felt I don't know. Like, you
No,
could probably put them out. From 8, I think top 7 I like.
yeah,
Georgia and up, I feel like there's a pretty good gap. From
yeah,
8 down, besides from 8 through Notre Dame.
yeah.
So Florida State, Oregon, Washington State, Notre Dame. I could go any way. You
It's
could tell
definitely a
me
toss-up.
you could tell me Notre Dame 8, you could tell me Oregon 8, you could tell me Washington. Like I wouldn't say no to Washington State at 8 either. Those guys, I really do think they're pretty good.
They're
I'm gonna
dogs.
look and see when they're playing at UCLA this weekend. That's gonna be a decent test.
Yeah,
UCLA's tough for sure. I mean they battled in there with Utah for a while, but yeah, not much change. Oregon kind of just slammed Stanford, which is expected. It was kind of close early. They kind of got out to a slow start, but I kind of to be expected after a blowout. Like you have a huge win against Colorado, you're going to kind of come out the gates a little bit slow. I think it was like 3-3 after the first quarter, or maybe
I
Stanford
think it
was up
was
3-0 or something like that.
yeah, it was 3-0 at the end of the first, and I think it's also fair to bring in, like, Stanford and Oregon always play each other tough. Like,
Yeah.
there's
No, the Stanford will give them a
never
game
know.
for a little bit, but eventually they kind of Stanford's rebuilding. Shout out their head coach Troy Taylor. Um,
Is that the,
he was Sac State head coach.
Sac
Went to
State?
college with my
Yeah,
dad at Cal. They played
baby.
together, so know him pretty well. Yeah. So whenever anybody comes in and says, "Oh, you guys don't know nothing about," I know enough about ball. All right, I know
Look,
more of these head coaches than you do, buddy.
but we'll be
So
the first to
back
tell
up.
you, we don't know
I'm.
shit about fuck, so
I
that's
don't know. I don't know a lot, but I do know some of these coaches. So that means I know
a thing
a
or
little
two.
bit. I know a thing or two. I could call some people. We could get some crazy guests on here. We could get a couple college head coaches on here if we
I'd love
really
that.
had to. My uncle come on. I could get some guys now.
Let's
All
do it.
right. I still got pull.
Do some
F-
film review with your uncle. He's like, who's this dipshit? Like,
that would be
well,
pretty sweet actually. We
you're
might
on
have to
our
jot
show,
that
so
down.
it might even be.
Florida State, you kind of heard what we said. Georgia, another escape. You're lucky I didn't put them down. Everyone's gonna just say, "Oh, they should be top 5." Nope, I won't do it. I'm telling you, they're gonna lose to somebody. Like, let's look.
Play.
Kentucky this week, they won't lose them. They always beat Kentucky. Vanderbilt, they'll be fine. Florida, they'll probably be fine. But then they'll have, a Missouri, Ole Miss back to back. I have a feeling like,
At Tennessee.
yeah, Tennessee, I feel like they stink though. But
Yeah, they're
you know
allowed.
what's criminal? And I look at it every time and I'm mind blown. They have 8 home games and 4 away games.
But
How can that happen? How is this allowed? They already have one of the easiest schedules ever. UT Martin, Ball State, UAB. They're at a conference game. Their rivalry game is Georgia Tech. Like that's not a game. Like
yeah,
that's 4 freebies. You throw Vanderbilt in there, another freebie. That's
5
5 games
freebies.
where I could put a all-star high school team together and they'd probably win. It's just pathetic. So that's why they stay at 7. Michigan did their job. Penn State did their
Yeah,
job. Like 5, 6, 7. Everyone kind of just there's no reason for me to move them up or down. They all
they just held
did.
serve.
They held serve. They did what they were supposed to do. Playing inferior competition, moved on. USC down from 2 to 4. Now, don't get it twisted. They still have the best offense maybe ever. That
Yeah,
LSU offense was pretty crazy. But they have the best player in football. But that defense, they played bad enough to where I can justify moving them down for
got to do
sure.
some tackling drills this week.
Now,
A lot of
not
them.
below these other teams because I feel like these other teams have maybe not bigger glaring weaknesses, but they have nothing that they're great at.
Yeah,
They have nothing that they're excellent at. And at the end of the day, USC's offense could trump anything on any given day.
Yeah.
So that's always going to keep them higher for me than a team that kind of just like Georgia just wins, a mid game. They go like they win 30-14, or it's just not fun. And I did see something very interesting,
Hmm.
which goes to the point of why we have USC so high. There is only one team in college football who has not trailed at a single point
I saw
this
that.
season, and that is USC.
That's impressive right there. That just lets you know that the offense is a bunch of dogs.
They are
and they're
always out in
just
front. There has
firing.
never been a game where they have even been concerned about being behind or a team goes out 7-0. They got not one time. They have only team in college football that has led at every single point this season. So sue me for putting them in the top 5.
Don't really.
Ohio State moves up by default, or no, technically they don't because they were at 3. It's kind
Yeah,
of
they
a
just
swap between they just kind of chill. They didn't play anyone, whatever. Texas, I would say, out of everyone, had the best win.
Yeah.
Now they were playing a backup QB at Kansas, but their defense did play well and their offense did play they played well from what was in front of them. I would say it's because their offense did so well against a ranked opponent. Now I don't really Kansas's defense is whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Washington at 1. I still think they're really good. I don't care about a weird game against Arizona. It's
Pac-12 after
Pac-12.
dark.
It's Pac-12 after dark, man. Sometimes anything goes.
Yeah.
No one else did enough for me to justify they have to be ahead of Washington. That's my thoughts. You can kind of give your opinion on more like the top 4, just kind of 5 and down. There wasn't much, but like the top 4 is where we had a little bit of shakeup. So let me know what you think.
Yeah. I mean, like we said, I agree with you for the serve here. I agreed with Texas jumping Ohio State. USC, just if we're not going to tackle people one-on-one, let's
Gotta
start running
tackle.
some zone coverage.
Do something, please.
Just get a
Something
couple people out there.
Yeah.
Um,
Wouldn't hurt.
no, I don't disagree. I'd love to hear people's, disagreement or agreement in
Yeah.
the comments below.
Let us know.
We love to have some, conversation back and forth. Don't just tell us again like we're big dumb dipshits. We already know.
Yeah.
Okay, you just save your breath.
Don't be like some of these people I talk to who are like, well, I would just put Georgia at 1 because they've won 21 straight games. Why, though? Why in this season? Not why because they're 2-time national champs. Why would you guys have USC? The AP poll has USC at 9. Why?
Pretty disrespectful, to be honest. But
Like you win 2 games and then you drop four spots in total. Versus some of these teams didn't even play and they go up. Georgia almost actually does lose, stays at 1. So like why? Give me your own justification on it. Don't just be a sheep. Okay? You look at this list. Tell us if we're sheep. We got frickin' Washington at 1. Got Georgia at 7. We're not cookie cutter here, okay? We call it how we see it, and we see that Georgia is not that good. And anybody that watched the game,
knows.
we're watching games. We're big dumb stooges. We don't have plans on a Saturday. We're not going we're sitting on the couch, either by ourselves or with our dads, and we're watching ball, and
Drinking
that's why
beers.
I'm seeing all these games. I know what's going on. So don't just tell me, oh, like you don't know what you're talking about. You're a Pac-12 home or you like USC. Like, sue me. Sue me for thinking that USC has the best offense and Washington's the best team.
Sorry about it.
Sorry about it, but I won't be.
No, I won't be. I think it is time to take a look at some Twitter.
Yeah, what do we got?
We got some great stuff that I
Got some
found.
stuff queued up.
Yeah, just looking through Twitter is just always. I never know what I'm gonna find, but I know
Sure.
it when I find it. Like this big dumb dipshit. Now, I need to preface this before. So the headline here says "Woman mistakes super glue for eye drops." I've worn contacts since I
Women does
was
what?
16.
Yeah.
This woman mistake her her eye drops, which is like a little small bottle. It's like that big, little small deal,
Mm-hmm.
to super glue. And let's just hear her testimony. Let's just hear the stupidity here.
See what this idiot's got going on.
Well, I've gone and done it. I have won the most idiot person award.
Okay.
My
Stooge of the
eye
week.
drops sit
Good potential.
directly next to super glue, and they're the same size bottle. And I wasn't paying attention, and now my eyes glued shut.
Jesus.
Had to be brought here by fucking ambulance. and I can't really open this other eye because then it makes this eye move and it's all scratchy and all this shit. And what an idiot. What an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm just sitting here crying
Well, that doesn't help.
because I have no idea why. I just
Just put a
feel so
filter? Did a filter just pop on halfway through that?
Yeah.
You're ugly.
And I
anyway.
asked the people, I was like, has this happened before? Have you
Just
ever
put
gotten
a
a call like
filter
this?
on
They're like,
halfway through.
no.
Like,
Check
go
out my
back.
Like, thanks
filter
for the
lab.
fucking vote of
back to the
confidence,
middle of
guys.
it.
Thanks, appreciate it.
When the filter pops on. What the? Go to like midway through, like 30 seconds. I mean, yeah, that
Fucking
looks
thing,
insane.
yeah.
Go to like 30 seconds, because I swear,
Yeah, she puts a filter on, I think.
right?
She just realized, like, oh, I kind of look like a
She's
stooge.
like, I look like an idiot. Wait, let me put a filter on.
Like, I mean, that might be in there for Stooge of the Week. Because
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
all right, next.
Yeah, what do we got?
NVIDIA offices have been reportedly raided by authorities.
Yeah, I saw this. Like, are they stealing graphics cards, or does it have to do with all this AI stuff? I know they're getting big into AI. Shout out the movie I watched today.
I read into it, and it was a little bit about AI, but it didn't exactly say what they stole. So I thought, so
Okay.
like, what is the authorities just walking in and taking like 3060 graphics cards? Like, they have their
Like,
own
these
home
are
set,
ours
and they're
now.
like, fuck
Yeah.
it, let me just.
Like, I need this new 4090 badly.
Yeah, and guess what? I'm not paying for it, so I'm just gonna
No, I'll take it right now, please.
take it for the price of on the house. So we'll see what happens with that, and then
Good luck,
I
NVIDIA.
mean, yeah, good luck to you. You know, T's and P's to you.
Yep.
But you know, why not kick the Bears when they're down a little more? You know, you just lost the poop bowl.
Yeah, click on
And
that for me.
now-
Put that on the big. Put that in big. Yeah, let's.
Yeah. So this is just saying that the touchdowns this season, Chicago Bears have 5 touchdowns this season. This was before the poop bowl. It was before that.
Yeah.
David Montgomery has 5 himself. So
Yeah,
really
it's not looking good
no,
for the
no,
Bears.
it's not.
They had a chance up 28-7 and they fumbled. Literally, Justin Fields fumbled and it got ran back for a touchdown. And then he threw a pick.
Yep.
Not good. Not good at all.
You know, hey Bears, we're pulling for you because we need to see something. I want to see something good come out of Chicago.
I need a Bears-Panthers game ASAP.
another poop bowl.
I need it to see
Back-to-back poop bowls.
who's gonna lose the most.
I absolutely loved this. I love Dan Campbell.
I'm serious, man. I'm just telling you right now. I'm gonna drink some beer tonight. I'm serious.
So this was after that they beat Green Bay.
Yep.
It was just, think about it. You know, you're changing out. You know, you're feeling good, everything. And your big head coach walks in and just says,
Serious, man. I'm just telling you right now. I'm gonna drink some beer tonight.
just
Oh yeah. That's my football coach right there.
nothing better than MCDC.
I'm gonna drink some beer. Hey,
Serious, man.
it's me too, buddy.
I drink a couple beers.
Why
What
not?
happens? This one was just perfect. I mean, it just got Gordon.
Thank you, Gordon. Thank you, Gordon.
Thank you, Gordon. So now you got a little more motivation to learn how to cook some different stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Let's really, yeah.
I don't need to go to BJ's to get the BJ. Okay.
Hey, just need to know how to cook a nice fillet.
Yes. Cook a fillet, get the BJ.
Yes, sir.
So that one was pretty funny to look through. And then this, I mean, we're video game nerds.
I saw this. This was
So
for any of you guys that aren't in on Call of Duty. They're in the off season right now. So they're playing a lot of the older games. And yeah, they pretty much play every day, and people are getting pissed on.
You're gonna see one guy get pissed on pretty bad.
Oh my god, I actually fucking slammed Alex, dude.
No. I
About
mean,
this at least.
you can't let this happen.
That guy's ass.
Ooh, that's what we like to call a fadeaway. That was a straight fadeaway right
Actually,
there. Shout out Bruce. Shout out Optic.
Bruce.
We'll probably get more into. We'll eventually get more into gaming talk a little bit, like
Once a new Call of Duty comes out.
new COD, X Defiant. Well, not this weekend, but next weekend, Halo World Championship. So we'll kind of
True.
we'll get into that a little bit. Probably that'll be like a preview preview of the weekend, and then we'll do a recap the next. So that'll be pretty fun. But once the COD season starts, we watch all the Call of Duty matches
be
and
locked.
stuff.
We
We'll
will
be locked in. So for your Call of Duty League content, your Modern Warfare 3 content.
Us. We got you.
The Modern Warfare 3?
Modern Warfare
Yeah.
3. Yep.
Can't even keep track anymore. I just think
Yeah.
it's Modern Warfare 2 because they're putting all the Modern Warfare 2 maps in, but it's Modern Warfare 3, so I'm getting confused.
Yeah, they're hitting you with a little confusion going
They're
on.
hitting me with a little razzle dazzle.
Yeah, a little razzle dazzle, do-si do. Like
Is that a rat?
Yeah, so
A
this is
rat?
a rat
Jeez.
here, and so I
are
started
you doing?
questioning. First of all, the net here versus where she's standing, and I think
Not-
that's a parrot cage.
Yeah, I don't like the setup we got going on here for catching this little vermin.
Actually, that does confirm it. We got these two birds right here who
We
are
got some
doing
canaries.
absolutely
Those
nothing.
can't be real.
Well, it's debatable, but
Well, they would have flown. Maybe not. I don't know.
it's possible. But we have this big old rat, and so I was thinking,
Should we do a guess what's gonna happen next?
oh yeah, yeah. What do you think's gonna happen next year?
I'm gonna say she misses and it jumps on her. I mean, I
You think
just feel
so?
like I think she's gonna miss, or she's gonna kind of halfway get it, and it's gonna like flop out of the thing onto her, and she's gonna freak out. That's what I think.
That's what you think?
Yeah,
Okay,
you've
I've
seen
already
this, so
seen
you
it,
know.
so I can't.
So, yeah, I guess
See
I'll
if your
see.
prediction's right.
We'll see.
I got it this time.
Okay.
I got it this time. Oh my god!
Yep. Not quite. Oh, okay. There you go.
So,
I was close.
you were close.
I was close. It didn't quite fall on her, but she did get it, and then it flopped out as per usual.
Just didn't have enough pressure on it, you know.
Yeah, you gotta hold that thing
solid.
firm, or just grab it.
Yeah, just
You might
grab
have
the
to bite the
little
bullet,
rat.
man, and just grab the rat. But
I kind of thought about this. What if this is like Magawa's offspring? Because look at how
Could be.
tactical he is up top here. He's a big son of a bitch. but
he
he's just
is
running
tight roping
along.
right there. This guy is wall running.
And then if you look when he drops down, he doesn't panic.
Nah, he know. Oh,
He, boom, and then
Boom.
I'm down, and I'm
rushing her.
I'm getting active.
Yeah, I wonder where he went too.
It's a good question. Probably
Yeah,
went under their couch or
They
something.
can't. Yeah, he's gone forever.
Hey, just don't be shit trying to catch a rat. Like you said, you
Just
might have
put
to
your
just
hands up, man.
get bit, and then you grab the jaw, and now we have the rat secured.
Yeah.
You might have to go to the hospital afterwards, but what are you gonna do? I saw this top 10 ranking for the top 10 cornerbacks. I don't really think I agree with some of them, but I want to hear your take on the top 10 here.
Well, I don't know. Jalen Ramsey top 5. He's hurt, so I don't
Yeah.
really know what to do with that.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
I like Slay. I'm not like the biggest Slay is lockdown guy.
Mm-hmm.
I do think he's good. Definitely deserving of top 10. Top 5, I don't know. Beginning of the I've been high on Sauce Gardner. I think he's really good.
Ski.
I don't really hate Pat's. If anyone put Pat Surtain at 1,
Yeah.
the
too.
fact that the Broncos defense is so bad now leads me to say no. No Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah.
Little interesting.
I will tell you.
I
the one
don't
that
hate
stuck
it.
out to
Woolen
me,
being in the top 10 maybe a little early.
I didn't like Jair Alexander being 3.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that guy lock someone down, like clamp,
For
shut
sure.
it down
Yeah,
for a bit.
that's fair. I would say who else is pretty good. Ward is good.
Yeah.
I think a sleeper AJ Terrell with the Falcons is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, man. Yeah, I think maybe it's a little early for Woolen top 10. Honestly, the way frickin' Witherspoon just played tonight, get that guy in the top 10. That guy's a freak.
Jesus.
I don't mind the 10 guys. Xavier Howard, I don't know. I would have maybe still put Tre'Davious White in there. I know he just got injured. I think Christian Gonzalez, rookie for the Patriots, has been really good. I
I was gonna throw
know,
that name in there. Yeah.
like I know it'd be
Might be the
early to
truth.
put him in this, but like that kid has been balling.
The most I've heard about Xavier Howard was when his baby mamas leaked a bunch of DMs he had.
Okay.
saying he's got 4 baby mamas pregnant at the same time.
I
So
did
that's
see
the
that.
most I've
It's
heard.
pretty impressive, honestly.
That it actually, honestly, hey, more power to you. That's impressive.
Shout out.
Yeah, hey, you sign a big max contract, and all of a sudden you're just,
Yeah.
feeling yourself a little bit.
Yeah, I don't mind
But-
the players on there. I think I'd maneuver it around a little bit.
Yeah, the only
don't-
issue I really had again was Jair. I
Yeah.
just
I could see it.
haven't seen it.
That's fair.
I liked it. If anyone disagrees in the comments below, tell us.
Yeah, let
you
us
think
know.
should be in the top
Give us
10.
your top 10 or top 5 or whatever you think, or just your favorite corner in the league right now. Mine is obviously going to be Sauce until he retires. So there you go.
There you go. Hey,
Ski
asked and answered. Ski. This one kind of pissed me off. Just seeing Disney Plus with their password sharing crackdown. Like, okay,
What are
can
we
we
doing?
just? Someone's paying you for this service. Can we stop the bullshit? Like, someone is paying to use that unique ID. Like, if someone else
it's the
wants
same thing
to
with
use it-
Netflix. I swear Netflix was going to
cares?
do it, and then I didn't see anything.
yeah, they did it for like
happen.
a week, and then nothing else
Then there
happened.
were it was kind of weird. But so Disney Plus will probably
They'll be right behind them.
it'll be the same. They'll
So
probably just hate it.
there we go. Next, this one was pretty funny. So this woman is looking for a babysitter. Oh, that's interesting. Is looking for a babysitter for
Okay, here we go.
$200 a week.
Click on
I
that.
had no idea about that. And so she's looking for a babysitter for $200 a week,
Okay.
and
200
but
a week's
look-
pretty good.
what the qualifications for this? She got 4
Oh.
kids.
Okay.
From noon to 6, Monday through Friday, occasionally weekends.
Hmm.
You have to be a great cook and avid cleaner, over 25. Minimum education is a master's degree. No social media accounts. No drinking. No smoking. Not even vaping. So she's not fucking around here.
Okay, I mean that's I guess fair. You don't want to be drinking around 7-year-olds.
Well, all right. You got me there. No tattoos or piercings. Got it. Need 5 professional references. Okay. So 300 a week, 5 professional. So that, okay. Master's degree too. So that's good. Background check and a drug test will be conducted. Okay. So a little
Jeez.
bit intricate.
Well, and it pays 200 a week, but you got to run errands.
So
Errands. So
Tammy-
200 a week. That means you're making 800 a month.
Yeah.
For pretty much a job.
yeah, I don't think Tammy's gonna get what she's looking for, but she could probably get a teenager that'll watch her kids for 100.
Yeah.
Might work.
With 12, who are you gonna find from 12 to 6 that isn't in another job? You're not even gonna get a kid that's in high school or college because they're in school until at least 2.
Hey, best of luck to
So,
Tammy. I'll tell you that.
Good luck, Tammy, you freaking idiot.
Then this one was just
Don't have as many kids next time.
This one was just crazy. Just thinking about this.
Oh, this was the craziest thing I've maybe seen in a while.
Najee Harris
Yeah.
told Cassidy Robb years ago that former NFL and UCLA head coach Jim Mora told him during a recruiting visit that he knew who killed Tupac. And it's like,
And the crazy thing is, the guy that they arrested was the guy that Jim Mora told him.
oh,
The guy that just got arrested
Yeah.
was the same guy that Jim Mora had told Najee. Crazy. So
So-
Jim Mora knew the whole time.
For 27 years, we couldn't say shit. Like, we're just.
I don't know if that's probably just like a rule. But
Yeah.
being on UCLA with all those celebs all the time, I'm sure he probably heard something from somebody like, oh yeah, I
Smoking with
think it's
somebody.
this guy Dwayne or whatever that guy's name is. Yeah, this was crazy. Like just like kind of just leaked like yeah, so as it says that man was reportedly arrested today.
Yeah.
So like Jim Mora knew the whole time and didn't bother to tell anybody. Thanks.
I mean-
or I guess he told Najee.
Yeah. More power to you.
I didn't know
Jim,
what
guess,
Najee's supposed to do with that info, but cool.
I didn't either. And just on target, Skip Bayless is always just doing some dumb shit that you just
Yeah,
think,
I mean,
thank you,
Guy's
Skip.
a freaking idiot.
Skip Bayless says that he's taking Shadur Sanders over Caleb Williams if they were drafted today. I don't
yeah,
even
and then
know how to
he
put
gives
the
his
words about
input because
this.
like he's been sacked a lot,
Mhm.
bad rushing attack, a lot. I mean, I'm not saying Shador is bad.
Caleb
but,
is a
like,
different being.
It's just a different like. If you put Caleb on Colorado, they probably beat USC.
Yes, 100%.
He's that much of a difference maker.
And it's
Like,
not a knock on Shador. Like, he's phenomenal. It's just
Shador's very
Caleb
good. Now, a lot of
Williams.
those sacks are sometimes his fault. He'll drift back in the pocket. He won't step up. He did better against SC because he did have that nice run for the touchdown.
Yeah.
But
Against Oregon, he didn't. He just walked into sacks
it's
because he
just
just
like
kept backing up and backing up.
he played so horrible again. Like he didn't even throw up. Like, I don't know. Like, he's good. I'm not hating on Shador, but like, are we just gonna like just always the newest thing you just get enamored with? Like, bro,
Yeah.
this guy is different, man. Like, he's throwing on the run, in the pocket. He's conducting traffic.
Wide.
Like, he'll be scrambling, pointing at people to go, hey, you go this way, you here, you there, and then boom, sidearm on the money. Like, Shador's not doing that. It's not doesn't mean Shador's bad, but just
That's just a different
levels.
animal. Yeah. So I just saw that and was like, Skip, just
Shut up.
He's getting dunked on. You know, he's living in the paint, and sometimes you're gonna get dunked on.
Yeah.
Now scrolling back through here, this one was interesting.
Bin Laden.
Supposedly, Osama bin Laden was obsessed with Whitney Houston and wanted to make her one of his wives. I don't really know how to confirm this info because the man is deceased.
The man's dead, and we're getting it from Infotail.
Yeah, so it could be so
cool.
You know, it's just
Osama has good taste, I guess. Thank you, Osama.
And then I just see Charlo did not want anymore.
No,
I just felt like I needed to show our audience.
No mas.
If you didn't watch the fight, that was the fight, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So, if you didn't pay for the fight, congratulations, you saved yourself some money. Love that. If you did pay for the fight, sorry about it.
All right.
Now we just scroll down to I think it's the Ryder Cup is going on right now, correct?
Ryder Cup ended Sunday. Yeah, the Team Europe beat Team USA.
The fuck are we doing?
Yeah, not good. But there was a lot of stuff that happened. It was pretty wild. People fighting, or Rory just pissed.
I think that's what we're seeing here is Rory just losing his shit. Just
Rory not happy.
Get in the car, Rory.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that went on. I don't really know. It was just tough to like really follow the coverage because it was happening in the middle of the night every day because it's in Italy. So it's kind of unfortunate that we couldn't really watch a lot of it. But USA lost, so gosh, we stink.
Boys. Yeah, we stink.
Maybe let's not have all our best guys take a 5-week break after the tour's over and then have to play in the Ryder Cup. Maybe let's keep practicing a little bit. No, let's not. Okay, we're gonna go get slaughtered. Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, look terrible in front of the Europeans.
Then we scroll
next
down.
Year.
Yeah, we got to do something next year. But so, just taking a look at this clip, it's hilarious to see. So when LSU or when Ole Miss beat LSU, obviously they're rushing the field, right?
Mm-hmm.
This poor security guard gives it all he has, but he just doesn't have it in the tank here. I mean, he tries, but okay. Oh shit!
Oh! Forearm shoved her. Girl, you gotta have a little
Sarah.
Okay, actually, I'm blaming her. You see this guy actively looking for action. He's like a pulling guard.
Yeah.
Looking left, looking right. I'm looking for somebody to hit. She's like, you know what? Let me not walk everywhere where the security guard isn't. Let me walk straight at him and think he's not going to give me a forearm shiv to the neck.
You can see him setting it up like an offensive lineman, just feeling it, and then
bang, sit down. Like you've seen him push this guy. Go after that. Like, come on now. Have a little more, like...
You got to think. He's pissed. He's missed 2-3 guys. He's kind of touched, then he sees
he's like, oh, okay. This is a freebie. Bang!
Just need to see one go through, and then maybe he'll stop the rest of them.
Yeah.
Shout out that guy. I don't know who that security guard is, but I love that.
Give him a raise.
Get yours, man.
He was trying.
Yeah. We already talked about the fight, so we could just keep
Canelo, yeah.
So I don't like to complain too much about the refs all the time.
I will.
But, well, all right. It's 3rd and 22.
Sure is.
Chiefs are up by 3. If you get a stop here and you get the ball back, I mean, we're thinking if
Got a
Zach
chance.
Wilson puts a touchdown up, we win the game here.
Yeah.
In front of Taylor Swift. So, factor that in. I
Big
guess.
F you to Taylor.
So let's just focus on this guy right down here. Just focus on this little matchup. And you let me know if it's holding or ballroom dancing. Right there.
Hey, left tackle.
Just can't. I mean,
Yep.
flight attendant, I need help. I can't.
I'd say yeah, I'm thinking that's a hold.
Yeah, I'm thinking
I'm
that's
thinking
a
it's
hold.
holding.
Let's just
Right now, holding. Especially
He-
this part right here.
he's got
When
this.
he's put his hands in the air, like, brother, I'm trying to go sack this guy. He's closer to the quarterback than the tackle is.
I mean, what the fuck are you looking at?
I know. It's like, bro, this guy's literally putting his hands in the air. So then even after that, you have a chance to look at him. He flagged it down for you. He said, hey, buddy, right here, I'm getting held. Nope. No.
And then Mahomes says,
Still holding.
takes advantage. Here we go. Boom. I'm out.
Yep.
I mean, I could go into more about that, pass interference on Sauce Gardner, which was
Yeah.
patty cake as it gets. But, I'm just proud of the Jets. You put up a fight without.
Yeah, they gave it a go after being down 17-zip.
Tried
They
your
fought
best.
back. Fair
That's all I
enough
can
to
ask.
them. Yeah. Still
Then I
won in
scroll
3 though,
down.
so.
I always loved Frank the Tank, man. Frank will always give you something good. And I thought about Frank had a video that he posted when the Dolphins lost, and he was losing his shit.
Yeah.
But I figured what showcases NFL fandom and how the ebbs and flows go compared to this tweet right here. Mind you, last week, I mean, they beat the Poop Bowl team, but they beat them 70-20.
They dropped
So-
70. So something to be happy about.
Thinking they're pretty good.
They were
at
undefeated, feeling good about themselves.
People were saying they're going to win the Super Bowl.
Yep. 2 for
And-
MVP.
And we got Frank. Dolphins won't win another game.
Okay.
Thank you, Frank.
Thanks, Frank. I think they will.
Yeah, I'm thinking they're gonna.
I'm thinking, let me actually look. Like, who do they play next week?
Probably gonna beat 'em. We
They
don't
play
have
the
to-
Giants, so they're gonna win next
Yeah,
week.
I'm thinking you're getting an easy.
I think
win.
they'll be okay. Yeah,
They might put up 80 against them.
I would love it.
Man,
I would love every second.
I don't need to go back to Rodney Harrison. Just be better, man. Like,
Yeah,
you
like
don't-
come on, quit being mean.
This shit is hilarious. Now, I understand DeAndre Ayton is trying to, get his new team.
I
with
saw
him.
this.
Brother. Unless I missed something.
I'm
when
on
he
it.
was
I'm on the train.
in Phoenix. This guy was one of the laziest centers I'd seen in the league.
Nah, I'm on the dominating train. I'm
You're on the
in.
dominating train?
I'm on the train. It's a sweet
Okay.
name. I can't lie.
Okay, so you're
I'm in for a cool name. Even if he
Okay.
stinks and doesn't try, maybe he's gonna try now that he has a cool nickname.
he's in Portland. Who cares if he tries? They're not winning.
Yeah, that's a good point. They got nothing.
They're
They
shit.
just gave away their best player.
Yeah.
Their best player in the last 10 years.
Yep.
For Ayton and Grayson Allen,
Yeah, they traded Drew
And-
Holiday to
Yeah.
the Celtics
the
for
Celtics,
Williams and somebody else. I
Grant
think?
Williams, Brogdon.
Yeah, Brogdon. So
Yeah, so their season's over before it
Yeah.
even started.
you got a good contract though. So I
Good
hope
season.
you enjoyed going to the finals before.
It was
'cause
fun. The Blazers had some good memories.
Phoenix team was pretty
Game
violent.
winner against OKC where he waved them off. That
Oh.
was pretty fun.
This is perfect. This is the example right here. Someone had it already pulled up. Just don't grab it.
Just
Don't grab
watch.
it. Okay. You can play defense. It's not illegal.
You're lucky he kept missing.
No, he got it the third time though.
Shitter.
Just going through there. I mean, what
He's
else did I have
dominating.
there?
He's
Good.
changed. He's a changed man.
Dominating.
Facts.
I'd love to see it. I'd love to be wrong. I don't think I will be, but I'd love to be wrong.
Probably not.
Christian McCaffrey.
He's a freak.
He might be the MVP front runner for me. I mean,
He's been good.
yeah.
I don't even know about front. Like, it's hard for me to give like a. I wouldn't say no.
I checked the stat.
I would not say no.
Not a stat, but I checked like a little graphic from the NFL that they posted today. He is first in every category for running backs.
Yeah. I saw a tweet of like the top betting odds for MVP, and it's all quarterbacks, and someone's like, "How is
Yeah.
McCaffrey not even like in like even the top 5?" Like it's almost not even fair.
It's a quarterback award, man. I'm getting
I
tired
know.
of it, but
It sucks.
shout out CMC, man. The guy is a dog, and I wish he would have gone to the Rams, but at the same time, he went into perfect offense that you
Yeah,
can use
they're
in the best ways. So
he's
I'm not too mad at you. I
Guys
just
love
want
him.
you to do good when I play.
he's loving life over there. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
This guy, I don't know what the purpose of this was, but this guy, as the caption says, drinks a whole bottle of rubbing alcohol during a Facebook
Oh
Live
no,
video.
this can't be good.
I don't know if this is
Roll the
you know.
clip, run it. Let's
Yeah.
see. Is this
Screen
Antonio
record.
Brown?
Boom. Let's go.
light on fire.
Let's do it, dog. Alcohol. Let's go. Play them going.
Here we go.
What the fuck? Alright, bro, I gotta end this shit. Hey, you guys, we catch y'all later, man. Oh, fuck.
Later,
Screen
man.
record.
I'm not a health expert.
Whoa. He's got to be dead or something, right? I guess no.
Well,
It's just like technically it's
We
just
hope
as
for the
strong
best.
as what percent is that?
99.7.
Yeah,
So
could be dead.
could be.
Well, he's got alcohol poisoning. Unless he immediately threw all that up.
For some reason I feel like it might cook something in your insides. Like it might have a
Yeah, like
chemical
it might just
reaction.
instantly like just turn everything
Yeah.
into mush.
So he's a big dumb dipshit.
He's
That's
potential stooge of the week if we
Could
learn
be.
more about his diagnosis after.
Might have to do some research on that. I agree.
Yeah.
This is just another, found another,
Yeah,
pro football
just
focus on CMC.
Like
I
we
mean,
were saying, like I don't know how this guy isn't up for MVP with
just
numbers
a
like
dog.
this.
And then just kind of moving down, just went into hip hop a little bit. Drake's, For All the Dogs confirmed features so far.
Mhm.
The list is looking, pretty good. Pretty
So far, I'm sure these
good.
guys they'll always have a classic, probably 21 Savage in there.
Oh, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
You got Nicki Minaj, a little
Bad Bunny, okay, a little Bad
SZA,
Bunny.
Yeah, a little Yachty.
Little Drake and Bad Bunny song could go crazy.
Oh yeah, I'll be hearing that
That could go crazy.
next couple of years. But something to look forward to. I believe that album's coming out this weekend? It's supposed to be the 7th, I think.
Who
right?
knows? It was supposed to come out a lot of it has to come out sometime in October. That's his month. Like, come on now.
True.
Do this thing.
This was just hilarious to see. I don't know what the hell he's gonna do about this because he might get his ass buried. But Vikings cornerback Byron Murphy is planning to talk trash to Travis Kelce about Taylor Swift. Said, I'm gonna say something to him to get him going. She gonna come to the game? We're locked in. But that would be something. Been watching her since I was a kid.
Okay.
Just gotta pause on that for a second. You should not say those statements. That can't
Yeah,
happen.
I don't let's just Chiefs
Bottom
are
line.
5-point favorites at the Vikings. I'm feeling good about the Chiefs and the points.
Why would you want to piss off one of the best receivers in football?
Yeah, I mean he'll probably go for 3 touchdowns now. She said some stupid shit.
Well, Murphy Button.
Maybe she'll go. I don't know. It's in
Or Murphy.
Minnesota. Like who cares?
I don't
Who's
see
their
her
next
going.
home game? Yeah, she might not go. Then they'll play the Broncos and the Chargers at home. She'll definitely go to the Eagles game if they're still dating by then.
Yeah, it's a brother game right there.
That's November 20th at Kansas City.
Oh, yeah,
And
she'll
Taylor
be there.
Swift is a very known Eagles fan.
No, but I
So-
think she's gonna be on tour, is what the Pat McAfee show
Oh,
boys
really?
said. She's gonna be
during
in
that
Europe.
game.
Yeah, for November.
Oh no! R.I.P.
Can't even see the boys play.
That's pretty
tough.
fucked. That's a tough one.
And then it's pretty interesting talking about that old Tupac situation. This just came out recently today. Suge Knight says he won't testify against Keefe D and says Tupac shooter isn't who cops think it is. So you're just gonna clickbait us
Okay.
and say that's the wrong guy. I know the right guy. But
I
I'm not
don't care what
telling you the
Suge
right
Knight
guy.
says anymore.
Yeah.
Don't care. It's been like 30 years.
Yeah.
I don't care, Suge. Okay, you're not the big bad guy anymore. We don't care, dude.
So I
Just
won't be
go
listening to Suge
home.
Knight.
Just Just go do something else, man. Nobody cares about you. You're a has been. We're off of that. We're off of that now.
You had your prime. It was fine. in
Yeah,
the
you had
90s.
your,
It's
you had your
over.
run when you were scaring people all the time, death row records, the whole shebang.
And I think this clip just kind of solidifies how, they were saying the tush push is so easy. The Eagles get
Oh
like
yeah,
what,
don't get me
92%.
Don't get me started on this.
It's automatic, right?
Automatic, yep. Boom, get stuff.
So I think the caveat is it's automatic if you have a quarterback that squats over 600 pounds.
If you're the Eagles, then it's automatic
and
because
you're
you're good
Jason
at it
Kelce,
and
yeah.
you have strategy. Chargers failed too, and it almost cost them the
did see
game.
that.
Like a lot of teams have been effing up. So
That's all I got right now. If you got another clip or something, that's
I have a couple. Just I'll throw a couple up.
I find the dumbest shit on Twitter.
Oh, it's the best.
Just
You
stuff where
know.
you just sit there and you're like, nah, that's dumb. That is
Th-
dumb.
This was the first thing that I saw. I just thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
My boy was absolutely flying at the speed of light and didn't hit him. Could you imagine if he hit him?
Oh,
Oh,
probably got fined.
it'd be unreal. It'd be so awesome. It was crazy. I just wanted to show that because I just thought it looked so funny on the screen. I was like, "What's going on right here?"
That's just all speed, just no plan.
Last two undefeated teams. Just had to mention the Eagles. Obviously, they're on a collision course for week 11, 12,
Yeah, I
13.
think
One
it
of
is.
those. One of those weeks in there. Obviously, there's probably will not be both still undefeated. Now that would be crazy, but go Birds, baby, 4-0.
Puka, baby.
Puka, but shout out the Rams. Only team undefeated against the spread. McVay knows something.
Oh,
The
he's
fucking scummy field
cooking
goals
it.
at the end of the game to cover the spread. Like, this guy knows something, all right? He might be laying a few bets on the side or something. So
I gotta
just
throw
wanted
this
to
out
put
there,
that
though.
out there.
With looking at this Rams team, you got to think about it. So we have the Triple Crown winner coming back,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have Puka learning under him, who they've done the statistics for. They're saying that he is ahead of where Cup was when he had that Triple Crown season. And
Yeah, the only thing
Rams
that
might
I
have a
don't know
thing.
is they do the same stuff.
That's the hard part.
So they're gonna give it.
I don't
to
know how they're
Cup.
gonna
So I
mesh
don't
a
know.
bit.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. It'll be interesting to see how they play together.
Or they flip him with Jefferson, so you have Cup, Puka, Tutu.
Maybe it'd be interesting to see
Jefferson
how
would
they do it
rotate
because
too.
they kind of like doing the same types of things.
Yeah.
They're not really like just guys that are going to be one-on-one. Like Cup isn't your AJ Brown, your like that type of guy who's just going to win one-on-one. He
No, he
can,
wins
but
with the
like
scheme.
that's not his game. He knows the spots. He knows where to be. He runs great routes, but he's never just going to like run around and just be mossing you all game.
Unless your name's Eli Apple.
I saw this. Disgusting. You tell me what you think. I think we're doing way too much here.
How do I?
Doesn't
Where do
stop.
I? Oh,
We're still going. Like I'd rather eat anything else than this.
well, I mean,
We're doing way like just wait.
Yeah,
We're not done. We're not done. We're not done. Now we're done.
now
Won't do it.
It's too much going on there, man. I mean,
Little, like they said, little too much chocolate. Horrible. I'm out on the chocolate,
happen.
on chocolate, on chocolate, on chocolate. I'm out.
too much chocolate.
This I thought was insane. I don't know if anyone else saw the Jimmy Butler hair, straightened out his hair pics. This isn't just like somebody made this. Stephen A. Smith posted this. This is his actual account. This is Stephen A. Smith. Boom. 5.8 million followers. He posted this himself.
Shut up, Steven.
He kind of looks like Dennis Rodman meets
Yeah.
emo goth girl. I don't know. Like
It's
with
like Dennis
the
Rodman
piercings,
meets
with
Lady
the
Gaga from the Poker Face video.
whatever it is, it's not good, and I want it off my screen. And then last thing, obviously, it's always going to be. It won't be our show without a Chris Sims clip of him being an absolute big dumb idiot.
maybe not as
Um,
good a runner, but we know he's.
let's
really
just everyone
close.
sit back and enjoy and listen to just him being a dumb idiot.
No, yeah,
30?
I don't think
Might
it's
be closer.
I don't think it's a whole lot different because Daniel Jones is gonna be able to do the same thing. I mean, he can do some of the things that Jalen Hurts. Yeah, maybe not as good a runner, but we know he's really close. It's not like, oh, whoa, way better. Again, if you're gonna ask me who I'd rather have as a passer, I'd rather have Daniel Jones. I'm sorry about that. I don't know. You're gonna get me in trouble today.
And this is
Mind
not-
you, everyone look at the bottom of the screen here.
38-7, huh?
38-7.
Close game.
Got slaughtered. Like I don't know why. I don't know what Chris Sims is doing, but I hate him.
Why? Yeah, that does.
I don't know why he is the way that he is, but I'm not a fan.
He's got to fix it because this is.
Got to stop. He's just got some fetish over just hating the Eagles. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Maybe because he was shit at QB.
Well, it's debatable. Where did he play?
He was on the Buccaneers with Gruden
Oh, that's why he's
for
pissed.
a while. Yeah.
He's got a shit
So-
rock by Gruden for Spider 2 Ibanez.
Probably.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough deal to do. I mean, I think we've kind of hit everything. What do
I
you
think that'll
think?
do
You
it.
think
Yeah,
we're-
I think yeah. I got nothing else. We hit all the bases. We'll record another podcast. We're gonna talk later this week about. We're gonna preview a couple NFL and NCAA, some of the games that
some top games.
some of the hot games. We think we're gonna give our NFL top 10.
Yep.
We'll do Stooge of the Week.
Oh, fan favorite.
And we'll actually talk a little bit about the SC game because we're going to be in attendance.
Oh,
We will be
yeah.
watching live at the Coliseum, watching the SC game. So we'll give a little extra for that one, and we can come back and report back. You know how that I've seen him in person one time already, and the offense looked pretty insane. We'll give our honest feedback. That'll be fun.
That'll be perfect.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to leave your comments down below. Let us know what you thought of the episode, what you disagreed with, agreed with. We'd like to have some conversations. And we'll catch you in our next episode. Bye-bye.
Peace.